What's up, everyone? Welcome to TCL. This is the final match of the regular season. Got some exciting things going on tonight. First off, we'll address first and foremost. People may have seen the discussion about the potential sub today in the TCL chats. That is not happening. Sandy was potentially going to have to work. Didn't end up happening. So he will be playing with his team tonight, and we will have the normal rosters for both teams. So that's exciting. I'm personally very glad to see that. I was hoping we wouldn't have a sub because, I wanted to see these two teams give it their best. So, Rudy, what do you think about this matchup tonight?
I mean, you said it right there. This is the last game of normal season, and personally, the one that I am the most excited for because no matter what happens tonight, we have a winner. These are the two defeated teams, both of them having bright spots throughout the season, but never shining that light on a dub. And one of them will walk away victorious. They can't both lose this game. And I'm
True.
so excited to see what some people have informally and quite rudely, but a little funny, dubbed the Toilet Bowl here on St. Patrick's Day. This is going to be incredible.
Yeah, absolutely. So this of course will be the deciding factor, as Rudy mentioned, between which team will pick up their first win, which of course will decide which team will be playing who going into playoffs here. So we'll
Yep.
have to we'll
Yep.
have to see who will get the better matchup between Pickles on Pizza or Monty Pantheon and the Holy Grail, which I mean just based on records alone, Monty Pantheon and the Holy Grail. I hate saying that name, but they're looking to be the preferable matchup right now. So
Yeah, I mean
definitely,
every team in this league has shown that they can beat pretty much every other team in this league, cemented in all of our minds just this week by what's a win con's heroic run against A Barn's squad. Wasn't quite enough to knock the Mariachi Mullets down, and they did end up securing first seed. But as you said, going in, you're either going to face Team Wojtek or Team Vrail. Again, both teams that have proven that they can dance with the Giants. Especially love seeing Pickles on Pizza having to play in what are essentially the play-ins before the quarterfinals, right? After being at first seed all season, falling all the way to third place through what I believe is the most fair and balanced way to decide tournament rankings. Nah, just kidding. That's a meme for everybody in TCL public. But yeah, it's going to be an exciting night tonight. I'm most excited as we get into Champ Select for these jungle plays. Blitzkrieg reinvigorated my love for watching League of Legends on Tuesday, Monday. On Tuesday, yeah.
Tuesday, yeah,
When
Tuesday.
when he picked that cane and stole away Raptors in red from Joa, the man on the cams tonight, it was just so much fun to watch. And that's the sort of aggressive play that What's a Win Con has as a win con.
Yeah, absolutely. So getting into Champ Select here, we've got some pretty typical bans we've seen against both these teams. I mean, the Zillion coming off of Verd, that's very expected. We've got the double jungle bans onto Sword. Actually, a little bit interesting there. They're not wanting to deal with that Kane, and that is actually a champion that we've seen from Sword a number of times. So Sword's champion pool possibly getting a little bit pinched here.
Yeah, a little bit, but I think while we saw the cane, we haven't seen the Nocturne. I think that gets banned away from every single time, as well as the Fiddle. This season, Sword's been most successful on those tank junglers. Oh, taking away the Tom Kench as well. I wonder what matchup they're scared of Autopsy facing that into. What sort of spicy picks they have planned for him. He's had a good season himself, really showing out on the Urgot a couple of times, playing that Ornn really well.
Well,
So I guess they said, hey, playoffs secured. Are we gonna get the Timo game one? I mean,
I
I'm here
certainly
for
hope
it.
not. No, no, no,
No,
no.
no, 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 no. Don't be lame. Okay.
Oh, actually,
From
this is interesting because I'm sure you remember, Rudy, the very sad moment we had week one when Blitzkrieg absolutely annihilated our team with his Heck Room. He went like 16-3 or something like that. He was absolutely huge.
Yeah, that was the first game of the season that we lost, I think.
Yeah, and
And then we
most
ended
of
up winning. Not important, but whatever. We're second seed, should be first. It's fine. Sorry, continue.
no comment. Most of the rest of the season, the Heck Room has been banned against him, so it's kind of actually pretty exciting
Oh,
to see this Hecarim.
oh,
The Rammus,
be still my beating heart. Picking Rammus for me, this is literally my birthday. St. Patrick, who? This is incredible. Okay, there's the Ornn. How does Darius do into Ornn? I'm just curious because we all know Tokimon can play that.
I mean, Darius is Ornn's kind of the same matchup in all of his losing matchups. He's like the best of the tanks, so it's like
Mhm.
still a little losing, but there's very much potential if he gets any kind of a lead.
I really like the Ziggs pick here. That can go to Verd or Dev. Devious showing that like he can play safe, he can farm up, he can hit some really clutch alts, and it's just I think it's a safer, more effective option for him in the bot lane than some of the traditionals. And tactics on the Thresh as well. Man, this draft is shaping up great for what's a win con.
Yeah,
But on the side of not Mariachi Mullets, sorry, Burnt Circuit Cleanup, they're drafting themselves quite a front line.
yeah. I say Burn Circuit Cleanup is very, very much a big front line, like you said, those huge tanks. But I think Verd's team is getting just about
I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I'm
I'm
so
excited.
excited.
Dude, I'm excited. Mr. Sandy Snake taking a page out of my book. I love the TF, so I'm excited to see. Now, the only thing that will disappoint me a little bit if he plays this is if he doesn't go my full damage build. I don't
Yeah,
want to
he's gonna
see
go
any.
Everfrost and Zanyas
Yeah,
like the
no, I don't want
professionals
to.
do.
I don't
They
want to see
do it
any
because it's the
Everfrost
best
rapid
build.
fire. No, no,
It's
no. I want to see
Everfrost,
Luden's.
Zanya's Rapid Fire in that order. That is the
No, no, no.
correct build.
It's Luden's Lichbane rapid fire, so you get max damage on that auto,
Now,
and
I
then throw it
understand
from a
why
mile
you
away.
think that, and personally, I love that. But I don't know. What will say about this draft so far is move speed is an OP stat. Pair that with the sort of rotations that Twisted Fate can get, and this team has a lot of pick potential already, just with that jungle mid pick. They don't need to spend time in lane, push it out, go to those side lanes, get a lot of pressure, and snowball the game that way.
Yeah, I think this is a little interesting too. Rather than electing for any kind of top bans or even looking at anything in Dev's pool, they've just decided to target Verd, which, like you were saying earlier, they've got they've got that flex pick in the Ziggs. I mean, they could just give it over to Verd, and then Dev's pool is completely open, right? So again, I think what's the win con here is having a very solid draft. Not that
I
I think
mean,
BCC is having a poor draft. It's a little. I mean, we'll have to see it. We haven't seen a lot of these picks from them.
yeah, that's
There's
true.
still a lot to.
They need a tank shred, right? I
Yeah,
mean, Hecarim's gonna do well getting onto the back line, so I mean, ignore some of those tanks with your ult, and you can just run past them.
yeah.
But
I
the
think
Ziggs isn't gonna necessarily output the sort of damage. Oh,
Zyra for Droid, interesting. I think BCC know, or excuse me, what's a WinCon knows that as well right now.
hmm
Looking at their bans, like thinking of Tank Shred, like they banned basically the two biggest
sure.
uh, damage ADCs in the game right now.
Yep.
So I'm very curious. I'm also a little surprised to see this ADC pick saved for last. I'm assuming it's because of oh my goodness,
Hey, how
Verd
it
pulling
doesn't
out
matter
the
what tank
Vel'Koz
you
again.
are if you have true damage.
That's kind of true. Not, I mean,
Absolutely true.
well, I mean, you could just have a lot of HP, right? But
Fine blood or whatever. But yeah,
so
the Vel'Koz, I love the pick. He showed competency, if not mastery, the other night against Abarn. Geometry specialist, best Vel'Koz in the server by all the TCL games I've seen. And there's a lack of a Teemo. A little bit boring, but I appreciate it.
yeah, so I have some words about this one to be honest, because looking at there's a couple interesting things here. One, they're very, very magic damage heavy, right? You've got the double AP threat. Of
hmm
course, Hecarim has the solid physical damage. Shen has a little bit of both. Um, Side note, I wouldn't be surprised to see that Zeri locked in here. But I mean, Rammus was early picked. Who was Sivir? Interesting. Rammus was early picked into the Hecarim, which is perfectly fine matchup for Rammus there. But
hmm
Rammus is pretty historically good against those physical damage champions, the
Yeah.
AD champions that want auto attack, and that is not what the rest of what's WinCon is drafted.
I mean, people always say, "Oh, you picked Rammus into a Magic comp. You're trolling."
Well, that
Even if you don't get the full value from your W passive for people autoing you and taking damage from the armor bonuses, you still bring a ridiculous amount of CC to the table. And as I said before, your rotations, once you get a few levels in queue, are so quick. They're so fast. And being where your team needs to be, getting those pickoffs, it has the potential to put a lot of pressure on the enemy team.
Yeah, absolutely. Also, we've just gotten the prediction up. Get your predictions in chat. Who's going to take this first game? And also, I don't know if anyone has interest or not. We can continue with the guest analysts. If anybody has interest in that, go ahead and join LOL1, and we can get you moved on up here.
So I will talk for a second about the Shen pick. I kind of love it into the Rammus and the TF. Not necessarily because of the lane matchup. I mean, it's a tank. I feel like him and Ornn are just going to bash on each other until a jungler comes up. I'm not sure about the specific one-on-one. But obviously, Shen's ultimate hit level 6 brings with it the ability to match some of those rotations we've been talking about. The Rammus, the TF, they try to 4-man bot, rise to level 6. Shen can get into that party as well and really even out the playing field. So as a 5th pick, in love with it.
Yeah, absolutely. I think they should be fine. And like Zyra also is something that's going to offer a little bit of tank shred just with the nature of building the double burn items. However, both teams as a whole are pretty magic damage heavy, so wouldn't be surprised to see some forces of nature and the like in this game.
Yeah. Also, very excited to see Tactics on Thresh. He's one of the 3 out of 6 supports in this league who main Thresh, and all of them are really good at it. So seeing him on his main champion hopefully will help cover up a bit of what I think Dev's roughest part of his game is, which is like positioning. Thresh with that lantern, with that passage, going to be able to get them out of those tight spots, pull them to where they need to be, so he can just continue poking and dealing down the deeps.
Yeah, I think kind of to touch on that as well. Thresh has been consistently banned against Tactics as well, and so
exactly.
While we did see him play Renata yesterday, I'm not sure if Thresh was banned or not. Not seeing that for this one because he's back on his main comfort pick. So
yeah. I
excited
mean,
to see
he
that.
looked good on the Renata, but Renata is definitely a scaling champion, right? Both her revive and her ultimate become much more useful as there's more damage available in the game, both to your team and the enemy team. And I think part of what's a WinCon's WinCon is don't play League of Legends. Like if you watched the games on Monday when things were going well for them, it's because they weren't laning, they weren't making sensible rotations. They were just going for play after play and being so damn aggressive. So maybe to rephrase that, don't play traditional League of Legends. Sit in lane until 15 minutes, scale up, maybe look for a dragon and poke each other out, right? Get around the map, make things happen, and that is just exactly how they managed to bring down the behemoth that was A-Barn's squad, the Mariachi Mullets. Well, in game 1 at least.
Yeah, I think even in game 2 a bit with solely focusing on Blitzkrieg's performance. I mean, both games it was just really all 3 games to a degree, but especially the first 2 was just the Blitzkrieg show, and it was just how big he got in the early game. And I wouldn't be surprised to see something similar happen again. I mean, I would be surprised to see as much counter jungling as he did yesterday because he was all over the enemy team's jungle. I'm sure Rook is flinching a little bit hearing me repeat these words, but
Rook can feel. Rook has nothing to feel bad about. Like, yeah, he got taken advantage of the Sejuani, but he also had those back-to-back smite steals in game 2 that secured their victory. So that was just a battle of the junglers. We'll see if we see that again tonight, because when we do see proactivity out of Burn Circuit cleanup, it tends to come from Swordmaster. As I said, super excited to see this Rammus as we get into game. It looks like we might have a bit of pause to start things off. That's our specialty, the BMS, Bermuda Squares. Love that pregame pause to freeze out their mentals. Looking at some summoner spells while we have a second, though. I don't know if you all can see them yet, but we totally can. We do see the cleanse on Toasty. Curious, I guess you have the taunt, the fear, and the hook you can get out of. But as well as having your spell shield, that's a lot of defensibility that indicates to me just a desire to scale up and do similar things at 6 items.
Yeah, I think it's reasonable. It just depends on how afraid you are of, or how respectful perhaps you are of Thresh or the flash taunt from Shen. But one thing about summoner spells I wanted to mention was the ignite from top lane from Toki, which is not necessarily unusual. It's pretty standard these days, but we do have an invade going on the top lane. Autopsy is going to be seen here. We've got Thresh leading in. He's going to throw the hook. It's going to land. Autopsy's going to have to flash.
He's dead. He's just going to accept it.
Yeah, he knows he's dead.
Red gets the kill, gets the back off.
That actually lends to
Oh, is
exactly
CF
what I
going to
was just
stop
saying.
all of their backs?
Nah, he's gonna.
Oh, there's 3 of them.
Well, he did start. He did stop a few. So
That's awesome. I love that.
yeah, that does
Heads up
land
play by Sandy there to capitalize on the rough start.
right. Helps out his team however he can there. Um,
Shen doesn't get to spend the 400 gold.
yeah, right. But I did want to say in that Shen matchup though, just like
Mhm.
the ignite advantage is obviously important, but now he's got a kill too. So that top side is already looking a bit rough
Yeah.
for BCC.
Absolutely. I mean, it's fun to see classic invade strat, something that I don't get a lot of with my captain being quite the tightwad. But you know what? Some teams got it, and some teams don't. We see mirrored starts from the junglers, both starting their blue, which means Sekrom will be pathing down towards the bot side early. I like that. I mean, people were hyping up the Zyra in the chat, but when I think of Zyra support, I just think, man, that's a kill waiting to happen. Sure, it's pokey, it brings a bit of CC to the table, and definitely some damage, but it's also so squishy.
Yeah, I would like to comment. Just say I have my reasons for not invading, and you know that. Don't blame me.
I don't think I mentioned your name. I don't know why you're taking it all personally.
Because you mentioned my relationship to you this season. I mean, we all know who you're talking about.
Yeah, it's all good. So as we said, jungler starting bot side, both look to be doing a full clear. Or jungler starting on mirrored sides, both look to be doing a full clear on the invade. Notably, no sums were burned either side, so it was just a strict kill going over to the side of what's a win con. Great start for them. And yeah, we're playing some League of Legends here. We never covered it, and it's a bit late now, but pretend that first blood didn't happen and you didn't know that was going to happen. Which team has your vote in the prediction? Who do you think's going to win?
I mean, I think just looking at the team comps and especially looking at, I think the early game coming in there. Sorry, I didn't mention that. Not much coming of that, but I think just the amount of comfort and like, in my opinion, what they seem to have wanted on what's a win con, I would say they definitely had the upper hand in the draft.
Yeah, interesting. I mean, obviously you have a lot of dive with the Hecarim and the Shen. They can go in together. It's a great combo to get on that backline. But that backline is really just going to be the Sivir and the Zyra because we're expecting Sandy to be ulting around and not necessarily playing it front to back. Although I guess a front to back fight, I don't know. Would it favor the side of Burnt Circuit cleanup? I feel like they have a bit of a definitely a beefier front line and more consistent DPS with the Zyra than with the Ziggs, where you got to actually land your skill shots.
Yeah, I mean, I think it would, but it would definitely depend on how well each side is playing that. I mean, it's going to entirely depend on the engage from the Hecarim and the follow up from like Ziggs and Vel'Koz ultis. Because if Hecarim engages and get taunted,
Oh, a little bit of gank here.
Counter coming in from Scorcher. Blitz does have the level advantage. Has gotten bot side scuttle, top side scuttle still up. Blitz potentially looking like he might want to repeat, but also
good awareness. Yeah, it was good awareness by Sandy, playing really far back. Nothing came of it. Sword was able to come cover. Although notably, Blitzkrieg did blow his flash, or not his flash, his ghost there. Pretty low cooldown, but he got the move speed. Went in there. Nothing happening from it though. Blitz will get his early recall. Going to give up top crab to the Rammus, the best champion in the game. IMO. I'm just. It's a hard one. No, Xerath's not a good champion. I just have fun playing him.
Oh,
Verd's in a rough spot here.
Verd does have both his sums. He's going to have to use one of them to get out. Oh, he uses the cleanse on the taunt. It will be enough as Sandy flashes in with the gold card. They do not have the damage to finish him. However, that is both of Verd's sums burned at the same time. Sword will definitely be back here for repeat gank with his flash.
I mean, the flash taunt on Rammus, classic gank pattern. And without Verd having the cleanse or the flash to get away from that, that's just screaming repeat gank to me. Yeah, like, go clear one camp, go flash on that mid laner and get that kill. Get Sandy Snake off to... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I would say, honestly, this is TCL. We play like solar Q players anyways. Don't even do a camp. Just sit mid in that bush and flash on him the second he steps up.
I mean, I'm fine with that.
Gank coming in for here from Blitzkrieg. Autopsy might be in a little bit of trouble. Slash is still down. Believe the taunt was already used, but Autopsy's getting very low and will go down to Blitzkrieg.
Nice.
Another kill over for what's a win con.
Yep. Great little micro there by Blitz, making sure that he got the push back, walking all the way around him with the move speed. I guess the flash was blown in an earlier trade because I don't remember the flash going down off the Ornn because he didn't use it in the level 1 invade. So good job by Shen. Still has the ignite up as well. Although with him having ignite, his ult obviously going to work as a TP onto his fellow champions. But the double TP advantage from the side of BCC is not notable.
Yeah, for sure. TP coming in from TF into the mid lane. TF is also 6 as well now, so we'll have to be looking out for him. Shen, notably, is not 6 just yet, so there is a brief opportunity here for TF to get that ulti in before Shen can follow up. We'll see if he uses it.
That's true. And I mean, I feel like bot is the obvious target for the ult. It does stink a little bit because as TF, you're trying to ult to those other lanes. And right now, I think the most vulnerable lane is mid. And as we said, we want to see the Rammus circle back. Blow your flash offensively. It's such tactics hex flashing from one bush to the next bush right now. But it looks like Sword might be on the gank here.
Yeah, Sword coming in very speedily, and there is that TF ult as well. He hasn't locked a card yet. We'll pull the... Oh, Flash coming in from Droid as well, getting that root. That will be a kill over to Sandy Snake. Well played there from team of BCC. Honestly, would actually like to see them try and turn it into a dragon here. I think they're still healthy enough and didn't use too much, but it looks like they will just elect to farm.
Blitz is level 6, full health, sitting right there, so I respect the decision not to go for it. That Hecarim ult could do a lot of disruption and damage at this point in the game. Looks like he's just going to go for the recall, though, making sure that they're not taking the Drake. And Zyra, nope, not on a roam. Love, again, kill one over to Sandy there. That's great. Good flash forward by Droid to make sure they got value out of that first TF ult. It is a very long cooldown early in the game, so want to make sure that they're effective and you're not losing anything from picking that champion.
Yeah, absolutely. Worst tactics here using the Hex Flash over the bush. Just now seeing that he is on the ward, in fact. So,
my God, Hex Flash gamers, tactics and IREP, they're just here to stress you out. It's crazy. There are not many things more stressful than just seeing Flash every 12 seconds in the bot lane. IREP really got in my head that game, but yeah, I mean it's been a bit chaotic. We have a 1,000 gold lead for the side of what's a win con right now, so good looking early game from them. They have the kills where they want the kills, notably on the Hecarim. And yeah, here's that repeat gank we were talking about.
The cleanse is back up. Bird knows he doesn't have to use it there. His tactics is there to cover the hook coming through, hitting Sandy Snake.
Oh,
that will be
wow.
a kill over to Verd. Big damage coming out. Ignite coming out as well from Tactics. Well played there from Tactics to cover his mid laner there.
Great hook and even, or not better, but had the follow-up knock-up. I was scared he was going to flame out of the knock-up portal, but nope. Got that clean kill onto Sandy in the mid lane, was able to counter gank. I don't know.
Oh, Blitzkrieg actually finding Sword in the jungle there. Sword being a little bit greedy to stay that low of a health bar. Blitzkrieg just kind of happily running into him there.
Easy.
I feel like looking at the vision here, their jungle was warded on both ends. I feel like maybe they should have known he was there, but
they absolutely should have. But yeah, I mean, maybe they're distracted on the gank when he went for the invade. Not sure. But yep, great counter by Worst Tactics, and that puts Verd in a good spot as well, getting these kills where we need them.
Yeah, whole team's looking pretty comfortable here, and aside from the obvious kill advantage, they're also building up a bit of a CS lead, particularly in the jungle there. Tokimon going in for a bit of a trade here. Actually could be in trouble as the ult comes back and connects with him. Autopsy will have the auto block, but Blitzkrieg is here to help him out. He flashes out. Blitzkrieg trying to finish off this dive. Autopsy not quite going down.
One auto. I think he thought the W burn would take him out, but not quite enough. And I've never seen a jungler that likes to help push a wave quite as much as Blitzkrieg. I say push away, but he just took like 8 creeps away from Tokimon Panda.
Yeah, I gotta say he's done that a couple times. We saw him yesterday at the start of the game. Good drag take there from BCC seeing Hecarim top lane. But the start of the game yesterday when he had that amazing jungle start taking enemy teams.
Oh yeah, he went mid and took half of Bird's first wave.
Yeah, he passed through mid, stole half the wave. What I mean, that guy is I mean, he's there to carry. You know, he's taking everything.
I mean, hey, you got to put your eggs in the right basket. And that Hecarim basket's looking pretty good to me. Gonna be going the super fun Hecarim build. Looks like, what is it gonna be? Chem Tank into Manamune, I think is the popular one right now.
That is
It
the
is
good
just
build.
so much damage when you get the transform sword. Maybe looking to contest this grab. Nope, it's gonna just smite it and
Yeah,
walk away.
I think Sword probably just looking to try and smite it away from him because you very much don't want that fight on the hacker room. He's 2
Sure,
levels up on you.
sure.
Droid
Droid
kind of looking
himself,
here
maybe.
for
Verd does have the pink to stay safe. Droid doesn't have flash for a flash root or anything like that right now.
yeah, and Vert has both his thumbs up right now anyway, so he should be
Mhm.
totally fine.
Yeah, we never did see that repeat that we were hoping for in the mid lane, but that's okay. Right now we sit 4 kills up for what's a win con, but BCC did manage to steal away that drag when Autopsy narrowly got away with his life. So definitely an exciting early game, and the action's coming where we want to see it, right? It's just Blitz making the plays, but we have a bit of a trade happening in the top lane.
Ooh, that's not a. Sorry, I got distracted by the.
By the pink ward? Were you distracted
Yeah,
by the pink ward?
I blanked out from the
Okay.
pink ward for a second. I was like, "Is he
Wait, Thresh
putting
isn't
that to
there?
like
Yeah. There's no
teleport
Thresh
or something?"
Lantern.
I was really confused. Anyway, sorry. The TFO comes through. The flash. Oh, Blitzkrieg actually just getting a kill on his own. Another fight happening in the top lane right now. Ult will come through for Autopsy. Tokimon getting very low. He manages to block away.
Gets the
Well
kill.
played. Manages to block away that passive from Ornn. Gets the solo kill onto Autopsy.
Yeah, the
And
story tonight is just the number 2 draft pick overall versus the number 3.
yeah, and we saw on the side there Hecarim picking up another kill onto the Zyra. I believe, just looking at cooldowns, I'm going to assume the dev assisted on that one, at least with his ulti. So what's a win con? Pulling a pretty big lead across the board here, already at 3k, 6 kills to 1. The one kind of redeeming factor is that Sivir is in fact up almost 40 farm there in the bot lane. So Sivir should be pretty reasonably strong, but they have to stop the bleeding in the side lanes if they want that to matter.
Yeah, I mean, Sivir's still going to be a short range champion before you get those levels to make those ricochets really hurt. And against this team, if you're too close, you're just going to go pop, right? You have Verd and Dev who are going to make short work of that Sivir if she tries to walk up in some of these fights. So positioning is going to be paramount for Toasty. Looks like you have a blue donation going over to your 1 kill on the team. Taking a while at this point in the game. Oh man, I was hoping it would auto the Ramus, and that would be the steal because that would have been amusing.
That would have been rather sad to watch, to be honest. Hecarim looking up in the top side as well, looking aggressive. Looks like they're going to look to start this this Herald here, which I think is a very good play as they're very ahead. No reason to.
Yeah, I mean they have a
objectives.
ton of top pressure. Tokimon playing really well today, sitting at 2-0-1. Has the solo kill and got the kill off the first one as well. Doing a great job. So we'll just see. I don't think he's ulted once this game, but he hasn't really needed to.
Yeah, I don't think he's had to. I think the one opportunity, or I shouldn't say opportunity, I should say the one moment that someone was low, I believe he had
Bot lane play, yeah.
Yet.
Yep,
So,
I completely agree. Sandy doing the right thing though. When you do have a global on the map, you just take the fight to the global, right? They can't do much. Oh, and dropping the Herald top, gonna go ahead. We are post 14 right now, so not gonna get any plates off of that, but good first turret take and opens up the Shen to go elsewhere on the map. I think we saw a lot of top Heralds the other night too. They really prioritize opening up this lane instead of the mid. I guess just to get more pressure and draw people away from these drags, which we will have spawning here soon.
yeah, Skreek definitely favoring the top side of his map, and I mean, he did get down bot lane to kill Zyra the one time, but I mean, it's working out pretty well considering how strong he and his top side of the map are. Bot lane is not struggling by any means; they're just farming it out in the bot lane. And yeah, like you said, going to be dropping down that first tower, which will allow Shen to potentially roam. But honestly, as strong as he is, and I see him with that pickaxe, I assume he's going to be getting the
that
very
Luden's
early
damage.
Yeah,
Luden's Sorks, that was a big little pop there onto the TF already.
Very
on the
play here coming
invade right
through.
now.
They're looking for Toasty over on the side. TF ult comes out. Toasty will be getting ported. Oh, excuse me, that was the other team. Tactics will be caught out here. Blitzkrieg going back in. The sword going down to the Vel'Koz ulti as well. 2 fights happening at the same time here. I'm sorry, I'm not having an easy time casting this. But What's a Win Con will be taking the upper hand of this, having a, what is that, 3-for-1 now as
3-for-1 off that fight. When Hecarim took that blast cone back in, I thought he was inting, but obviously he knew where his team was better than I did. Had the Vel'Koz and Ziggs ult over top, and the amount of damage that they took while grouped in that top try was ridiculous.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Hecarim also managing to finish off. Sandy ported right on top of Toasty there, trying to save him from Hecarim. Hecarim still managed to kill him and get away
Yeah, I
without
don't know
any
how that happened.
problems.
Blitz makes
It's
these
just,
champions do things that I just don't understand. It's like when Rail plays Lux. That champion just does so much more damage. It's a rank difference.
yeah, right. um, Also, one thing to note is both those kills are into tactics, which
Ooh.
means looking on the top side,
Yeah.
or I should say both the deaths are on tactics, which looking
Yeah,
at the top
I
side of
got
the map, they haven't given any shutdowns over, which is kind of a big deal.
Absolutely, but that does mean there's a lot of gold on the table to be taken, both in the forms of turrets and kills. If they can funnel that into Toasty and keep him... Oh, Tactics might be
Another
caught
fight
out here.
happening.
We looking on a
Tactics
third
forced to
death?
flash away. Oh, but he's going to get ulted on, or hooked and then ulted on. Tactics getting pretty low. Sandy Snake barely surviving, has to flash out. Another fight happening is Sword coming through, flashes.
There you go. There it is.
The Hecarim. That will be the shutdown onto the exact right target as well. That is going to be pretty important for BCC. They've got a lot of work to do, but that's the kind of thing they need in order to get back into this game.
800 extra gold on your Sivir is precisely what we were just talking about. That is what you got to do. Keep the money going into Toasty. He's proven season after season that he is a capable carry, and if he gets ahead, it's going to be hard to fight into that Sivir. You're gonna have to play around it and really consider your engages, which is not something Blitzkrieg does. He definitely lives up to his name and just burns it all down, both on his way in and out. So, going to have to keep an eye on how he plays those. Tactics was a bit out of position there. Committed really hard with the Hecker Maul to try to pick off that kill. Nothing really came of it, and they just gave away that shutdown. So, not an ideal play there for side of what's a win con. Their first stumble in what's otherwise been a really clean early game.
Yeah, I think he may have been just trying to save Tactics' life and then saw a low health TF there, but definitely had the members' advantage over on BCC. One thing I wanted to take note of is with as strong as Toasty is right now and having that Kraken Slayer as early as he does, and also looking at the Shen and the Hecarim front line, considering Shen has gotten Tiamat, which I think is perfectly fine. There's just an opportunity there where no one's really that tanky yet, and Toasty will be outputting a lot of damage.
Absolutely.
Where if he goes unchecked in a fight, he could very well take it over.
Oh, no doubt. Rammus here
as well, ulting on top of him, does manage to get the taunt off, but Tactics is there to save him with the Lantern.
That's one of my taunt on Rammus is so funny. You taunt them and then you run away, so they have to follow you. And if they're like a move speed champion, like if he taunts the Hecarim while he's in his E or something, he's gonna go so fast the wrong direction. It's a great interaction and something I love to see.
Yeah, unfortunately for Sword, Tactics is just kind of hanging out in the wings there. It's kind of probably the most frustrating thing to play against is a Thresh that is just always there to save his teammates from. You think you've got a pick, and Thresh just pulls it right out.
Absolutely. The Rammus pick just going to get... Rammus is a scaling champion. I don't know if you knew that. True story. He's just going to get so fast. Movement speed is an OP stat. You're going to see it, man. These side lanes are going to get pressured so hard by the Rammus just popping up out of nowhere. And hey, the TF can follow.
No.
Trust. Mark my words. Everybody, you heard it here first. Swordmaster is going to be a terror in this mid game. I'm telling you, it's going to happen. And if it's not, it's a player difference, not a champion difference. Because Rammus is a damn near perfect champion.
I'm just gonna say I don't necessarily agree with all the Rammus praise, but you can.
Oh, I will.
Blitzkrieg coming in very, very fast, trying to kill Droid. The Shen ult actually coming down on top as well. They do split up their target focus a little bit, managed to pull Zyra out. Blitzkrieg will actually go down to the turret as well. Toki getting the kill on the backside, but will go down as well.
Burnt Earth strategy, not what they wanted.
Yeah, definitely not ideal. Actually, the counter engage is coming in as well. Swordmaster going on to Verd. Verd will be forced to flash away. Nothing will come of that other than some burnt cooldowns. But honestly, that's pretty worth, especially right before Dragon for
that's absolutely worth
BCC.
They shut down the two most fed members.
Well, the one shutdown had already gone over to Toasty, but yeah, the other shutdown as well going over. That's definitely what the kind of thing they're looking for.
Ooh, rough hook.
Slightly to the side as
I think that's okay. I don't think they're going to kill Autopsy there anyway. Just maybe get a little bit of damage. Dev, throwing out those Qs, baby. That's what we're going to see all day, every day. Dragon is spawning here. The team will be up for it, so looking for that 5v5. And this is what you were talking about. This is the sort of situation the BCC wants. Have a front to back around an objective, play it slow, let Toasty do the damages, but don't get poked out by the Vel'Koz and the Ziggs. I know that's a lot, but that's what they got to be focusing on right now.
Yeah, for sure. Got a lot of things to keep in mind, especially when they're so far behind in gold. Blitzkrieg kind of finding a decent engage on the side here. They're going to be looking to kill Sword. Actually killing Droid just with some extra damage on the side there. Sword staying alive for now is getting very low. Should be going down. Blitzkrieg finishes him off. Blitzkrieg will take the gold card and is actually going to go down to Toasty as well. Toasty's getting very big in this fight, doing a lot of damage, but he will go down. Verd finding an
there's that poke.
EW
there's that
there.
pop. Stay groups here, everybody. If the TF comes in, just kill him.
Yeah, they have to be a little afraid. There is some damage remaining, but they look like they want to start Dragon. They will be starting it up. However, there's no jungler on either side. A good gold card, but also a good hook to follow up. The Shornal comes out. Oh, the TF card's picking up. This is a huge win for... Oh, never mind. Never mind.
Get off the dragon. Get off the dragon.
I just about thought health bars were so low there. I thought it was about to be a huge win for BCC, but what's a WinCon managing to salvage that, and they just barely go down. Dragon's still up. All members are returning that have just spawned. We're going to see another drag fight.
Dude, the 7-minute dragon special for TCL. How many times can you respawn and get back to the pit before somebody finally manages to take it down? I'm here for it. That was a very extended fight. I don't know what part to pick out other than Blitzkrieg just being an absolute beast with these engages and Devin landing so many bouncing bombs during those fights. He's been an unsung hero for Blitzkrieg onto Toasty.
Yeah, Toasty's coming in through, getting a lot of damage put down onto him, but Sword will be there to follow up. And
Bro, is this deja vu?
Blitzkrieg, I think it is a little bit.
I've seen this so many times.
Sword's engage stopped there a little bit. Yeah, Blitz has a little bit of a tendency to go pretty hard for kills. Sometimes it works for him, sometimes it doesn't.
Ooh, good sidestep.
Good dodge there from Sandy Snake, staying alive, but he will be taking the full brunt of that Vel'Koz engage. Autopsy on the side. They're trying to just finish off Dragon before the rest of the team can get up.
They don't have the smite, but they can get the kills.
They do manage to finish off the Dragon. BCC trying to run away.
Fadeaway Ignite, the Fadeaway Ignite, nice.
Yeah, poor Sword will go down very slowly into that Ignite as he tries to roll away, but in the end, I think it's hard to say. A little bit of an even trade, perhaps. 3 kills for 1, but they do get the drag. However, What's a WinCon is looking over towards this Baron now, and multiple members are still down on the side of BCC without teleports as well.
They don't have the best Baron take, I would think, based on the fact they don't have like a traditional, AD carry, but it's melting pretty fast here with all the stacks they're getting from Verge True Damage. And yeah, just pounding away at it. Seems like they might get it here. The team is not in position. Yep, that's a quick little Baron. And Blitzkrieg looking for more? Nah, he's just gonna sit there.
Blitzkrieg taking a lot of damage tactics as well, but everyone will be fine. Well played there from Sword looking. Sword wants to fight.
I don't know if that's the fight you want yet, bud.
Probably not, but a good look there from What's a WinCon to find that Baron while they knew everyone was a little too far away.
Great call.
Was used to spot it out, but of course they were too far away to do anything about it, so What's a WinCon will be expanding their lead.
And while we have these resets here, if we could get a quick gold graph from our producer, shout out Mr. Joa. Thank you, sir. Just want to take a look at the breakdowns right now. Look at that jungle and top difference. I mean, obviously, the top is what we normally talk about, but the fact that it's even bigger in the jungle, that's insane. 4K up on 2 different lanes at 25 minutes.
Yeah, massive leads in the top and jungle. That's really where the entirety of the lead is, because actually very close in the mid lane, and Toasty does have an edge on Dev right now. So that top side of the map is pretty scary. However, that does also just kind of show you the danger of Blitzkrieg going in for these. Yeah,
I think Blitz was like 5-1 at one point, wasn't he? Maybe 5-0. He's had a rough couple minutes, but I feel like he's the shot caller on his team. He's the one who was like, "Go to Baron. We have them on the reset right now. Let's do this." So it looks like they're going for the bot. I guess probably going to turn into a 4-1 here with the Shen, has ult up, can get down there if they engage on him. Just using this Baron to push in, take turrets. Classic League of Legends play, you gotta love it.
Yeah, for sure. And I like to see the one. Well, I was gonna say 1-1-3. Blitz is kind of hovering in the middle with the Baron wave.
He's just threatening it. I think just 4-mana bot, push this turret down, get it out of the way. But nope, don't quite take it yet. Zig's satchel charge should knock it out here in a second.
Yeah, it should be just.
Yeah, it's in range. You're just waiting for the cooldown. There it is. Knock that down. And Pokemon also has the push in the top lane on the Ornn.
I'm gonna say there's blitz in the mid lane as well, clearing out those minions, getting the Baron push on the mid wave as well. I like to see this macro play from What's a Win Con, as they are getting pretty maximum value out of this Baron right now.
Yeah, they're doing a great job playing this out, just capitalizing on the lead they have. And we were just talking about what a lead it is, just letting those Canyon minions pound away on the turrets. Toasty, I mean, Sivir obviously has great wave clear with the ricochets, but it's hard to push against Baron minions at, what is it, like 23 minutes into the game?
Yeah, Sivir definitely the best. Ooh, that hook, very close, very close. Toasty definitely their best option to clear waves right now, having a little bit of trouble here. TF, as a TF player myself, I'll tell you, it feels bad to try and clear Baron waves as TF. I mean, he has pretty solid wave clear, but he really, really struggles with like the empowered cannon minions as well as like super minions later on. He just does not have the huge single target damage that's consistent.
Yeah, it looks like they got what they wanted from this push. Baron ran out, so they're going to get their backs in. Reset. They grew that gold lead a little bit, are up just about 10k here at 27 minutes in. 10 kills. Man, what a bloody game it's been. I didn't even realize we're at over a kill per minute right now. And, you know, let's keep the action going.
Yeah, I believe they managed to get, I think 3 towers there, was it? All 3 of the inner towers there. So
I think so, yeah.
Pretty successful Baron take in terms of gold swing. We're almost about to 10k here, and even though there is a 1 drag lead for BCC, they're not on soul point, and as far ahead as What's a Win Con is, it really shouldn't matter. They should just be able to fight them right off this drag and take it.
We just need to see some patience from Blitz this fight. If Blitz were to, I mean, I understand he has the hype plays and the in plays back to back. The man just goes in. Sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. But if he plays the fight right, they win. That's what we've seen happen. That's the pattern. That's how this team operates. They're in a good position here. They have the mid push, zoning them off the dragon, and it is spawned now. So they're just going to fall back and maybe look to get it started, or they can even get to the pick. Let's see.
Yeah, they're looking. It kind of looks like they're looking for.
Sivir's not there. They should just do it.
Yeah, pushing sideways. I would really like to see them just stat check and just kill the drag in like 3 seconds with the sheer amount of damage they're going to be putting onto it. But they're zoning off. They're going to be getting it just fine nonetheless.
I mean, if you're the side of BCC, you're saying, that's fine. It's only second drag for them. Let's take this time. We have a bit of a breather here. The push is relaxed. Let's clear our jungle camps, get our resets, and get what gold we can spent. We've obviously been harping on the What's a Win Cons winning early to mid game so far, but the game is by no means over. They have 2 scaling hyper tanks, and with the TF, the pick potential is always going to be there. And Toasty has gold. The man's at 2.5 items with the armor pen already. He's going to hit like a truck if he gets a chance to hit.
Yeah, actually just now finishing that Lord Doms as well. So honestly, he should shred both Thresh and the Shen very quickly. Should mostly shred the Hecarim as well. However, he has finished that Death Dance, which of course makes anything hard to kill. So, but regardless, yeah, Toasty will be doing a load of damage. Also continuing
that item difference in jungle is just despicable.
Yeah, it's a huge item difference.
He has 2 full items on his counterpart right now. That's ludicrous. Also, he's almost Flame Horizoned him. I don't subscribe to the Flame Horizon as pre-20 minutes. It's at any point if you're 100 CS up on your lane opponent. IMO.
I do subscribe to that because that's literally what it is.
Well, that's because you're a lame, and everybody knows in Blood.
No, I think there are plenty of people that would agree with me. Thank you very much.
Oh, I think Toasty actually has the Flame Horizon right now, though. Oh my God, Blood. Toasty has the post 20-minute 100 CS lead on his lane opponent, which is still a laudable accomplishment. And now we're grouping around the Baron, seeing what plays are to be made there.
Everyone starts your discussion in Twitch chat for whether it's before 20 minutes or not. Using a lot of CC onto Blitz, he is going to take a little bit of damage, but we'll be fine in the end there. Sandy's starting to get a little bit if he uses that.
Again, we're just going to have this objective dance, right? Baron's going to take a little bit more finesse to get down than the Dragon did, where you could just have every zone and one person take it by themselves. But Shen, with the big push, again, top lane, we have the ult and the TP available, so this could quickly turn into that 5v5 team fight. Oh,
Yeah,
good poke out. Good poke from... oh, and they're going to go and start it up.
yeah, they do need to be a little bit careful here, because this is kind of the one way to throw the game, is having a rough Baron play. So
when has a jungler ever missed a smite?
Every week in TCL ever. Toasty almost completely going down there to Bird, though. Sandy taking a lot of damage. Good flash to get out of that. Blitzkrieg should be going down here. The Tokimon ult will come through. TP coming in from Ornn to connect. Toasty doing a lot of damage will not be found by the Ziggs ulti. Multiple members of What's a WinCon going down. They may have overcommitted here. Oh, Autopsy going very aggressive for Bird. Will not quite be able to finish him down. That'll be a
3 for 3.
2.
Oh, 3 for 2?
3 for 2.
Yeah. Even if it was 3 for 3, though, that's a win for the side of BCC, right? When you're down, trading ahead, even better, obviously, always better. But trading even feels really, really good. I'm going to give the play there to Droid, though, recognizing that Verd was going really, really hard to try to get that long-range ult, pick off Toasty. He hits the root, hits the Q, and throws down R, forcing out Verd's flash and completely catching him out of position. And again, Blitzkrieg playing super aggressive. We're no longer at the point of the game where he can just go on to 3 people, get a kill, and get out. He gets blown up there, tries to buffer the gold card with his ult, but nothing to do, just gets taken out, even with the Shen ult over top. Great recovery play from the side of BCC. Even though they don't get the objective, they delay it and get some gold back.
Yeah, they do manage to pull a tower in the mid lane as well. As you may have seen, our producer's little comment there about objective bounties. They did manage to pick up their first objective bounty. So we'll be closing that gold gap a little bit. I think probably about 2.5k looking at it. They're still 7k down. So a lot of work still to be made up for BCC, but that's a start, you know. Gotta get something back.
Absolutely. And again, we haven't talked about it yet, but Ornn items are starting to come in. Just going to add to the scaling that this squad is going to do. And scale is exactly what they want. Looks like we're going to have the engage here in the alley with the Ornn Horn.
Yeah, Sandy on the side there with a nice ult to distract the battle line, but will possibly go down. Huge fight happening in the front as well. Toasty getting some damage off, but Toasty, actually, all the members are going down. Toki barely surviving here. Autopsy trying to get out, but should go down as well. That's going to be a huge fight for What's a WinCon, and we'll see how much they can get off of this. I mean, 4 for 1, they've got their major members up still.
They only have 25, 30 seconds on these timers, so we're not looking for an endgame push here, but at least an inhib tower, if not the inhib itself, off that, as well as falling back to the dragon. Yeah, I would prefer. I mean, you can send somebody back to hit the dragon right now. You don't need the whole squad here.
I think they can push, honestly. I mean, you still got 10 seconds on just... I think they could get another tower if they wanted to, at least.
They don't have... we'll see. We'll see.
I think they can keep pushing here, because they've got Ziggs to finish off as well, and it's not like they have to be afraid of... Oh, Blitz, you don't want to ult into the... I'm sorry, I shouldn't laugh. You don't want to E into the base there. They're going to be able to pick off both these towers. Verd actually killing Zyra in the backside. This is going to be a fight to end the game. TF porting not very far at all there. Should be able to finish off Verd, though. They're getting quite low. Toasty going to pick up multiple kills there.
Yeah.
So
I mean, that's what we saw. That's what I was scared of. They overcommitted and didn't.
Well,
sure, they could have ended if they played it perfectly, but this is TCL, and nobody's out here playing perfectly.
Forget them. I think Blitz needed to not E into the fountain.
We don't have to talk about that. That's at this point, it's not remarkable. That's just Blitzkrieg, and that's what he does. Okay,
all right,
he gets kills or he dies. He's a one-way train. The man should just play Kled.
Well, regardless, I think it's still looking rough. I mean, another objective bounty going over and another Drake, which is very good for BCC. They might be trying to start this Baron as well. A few death timers still going on. However, this is the point of the game where, with both their Nexus towers down, they have to be careful at all times.
Oh, good gold card block.
Yeah, Tokimon blocking the gold card, but may still be in trouble. Another gold card coming out. Blitz coming in from the backside, having a very solid ult, fearing all 3 members. Tokimon will not quite go down yet, but should go down to Toasty there. Sandy going down. Oh, not quite going down. Has the Zanyas. Toasty doing a lot of damage here. We'll take the full ult from Dev in the middle, and Blitz
Wow.
being able to finish him off. Well played there from Tactics. I think this should be the end of the game.
Yeah, they should definitely push it. And Zyra's not in a position, and they're going to catch. Oh, not quite catch up to the Ornn here, but they have an exposed Nexus, and that is a good 40 seconds on your two carries from the side of BCC. Good play by Tokimon there. It looks like he might have been caught out, but doesn't get stunned. Able to play that slow enough for Blitz, Tactics, and the Zigzal to come over top. And this will be the last stand for Droid and Autopsy.
Yeah, trying to help both flashes coming out from the supports there. Droid will take a huge chunk of damage. The ult comes out from Bird, but will be interrupted. Droid will go down very quickly. Autopsy knows it's over.
Great TP from Autopsy.
He's just TPing to the minion there. It was over. So.
And that'll be game one, everybody. If you bet on what's a win con, collect your channel points. Clean early to mid game, a couple of missteps, but we're able to play around their jungler so well, which is exactly what we need to see from this squad. That is their win con. Blitzkrieg having a good early game is their win con.
Yes, very well played too. What's a win con there? Just finishing the prediction here for a second if you want to keep entertaining the folks.
Yeah, sure. So post-game stats, let's see if the client's going to work this time. It's not. So just, Joe, if you go to stats and just look at the numbers, just go back to the stats tab. Oh, it's not. It's broken too. You know what? Thank you for your client, everybody.
If we want to try, if we really want to try, you can see custom games in People's Match History now. So you could pick.
Yes, just damage dealt. We can just look at the numbers here. Never mind. We'll get this eventually, everybody. Bear with us. Thank you so much. And shout out Joe on the production. There's our damage numbers. Toasty, as we expected. We focus so much on Blitz because he's both making the big plays and the big ends. But amazing job from the rest of his team. Tactics in position a couple of crucial times, getting those picks in the mid lane. And then Joa.
Yeah, a lot of damage taken there from Blitz.
No, I was gonna highlight Verd's play as well with the most damage, second most damage in the game, I believe. And Dev, I think he finished like 3-1 and 16 or something. He was where he needed to be, doing the damages. He didn't die. He did his poke job. Was in a lot of those fights, and yeah, that was just that was one of the most what's a win con games I've seen. Playing around Blitz, he entered a few times, and they pulled out that win.
Go back there. We got to show the vision score for all the supports that want to see that because they don't show up on the other graphs.
There we go. Hey, Tactics takes it.
Big surprise vision score.
Wait. Can we look at Pink's purchase, please? There was some discussion in the chat about people. It's control words purchased in Vision. Unclick Vision. Yeah, there you go. Thank you. Tactics. I don't know if that's wasting money on pink words there. 16 doubling up Droid. That's the win. That's the difference right there. That's a support diff if I've ever seen it.
All right, enough with the silliness. We should be moving on to a break here. Well played to both teams. We will be getting into a few-minute break, and we will see you guys afterwards. Welcome back, everyone, to our final week, our final game of the TCL regular season. Gonna have playoffs starting off this weekend. Seeding is almost decided. Will be decided based on this series. We've got What's a WinCon with a one-game lead up on BCC. Had an exciting first match, and also should be seeing some exciting adaptations in this next game.
Yeah, I think as much as I love the Rammus pick, it's perhaps not the best champion. Um, I do. Sword played what I want him to play. I want to see him play engage tanks. Rammus is one of those. I don't think he's Sword's best engage tank. I want to see Sword more on the Sejuani, the Zac champions he's had a ton of success on, maybe even the Mumu if it makes sense with the comp. And Sandy Snake, the TF, it looked good at some points. Didn't necessarily have the DPS, the late game scaling, that we expect to see from Sandy Snake and his control mages in the mid lane. Something that team really needs to play around, right? When you think Sandy Snake, you think of the Corki, the Azir, the Malzahar sometimes. He's had a couple of great Zillion games. All champions that bring a lot to the table, and it's just a completely different style than the TF that we saw last game, right?
Yeah, I'd love to see if they want to play the TF, use it as a later pick for a couple of reasons. One, I don't think TF has very much synergy with Rammus at all. I mean, we saw Sword had a very reasonable mid gank where they burned both his sums, and in theory, the way it happened, burning the cleanse early and then TF getting the flash gold card on top of him, in theory that should be a kill. But between TF and Rammus, they just don't have the damage to finish him
Yep.
off.
Yep.
But more importantly than that, they had a pseudo counter pick in the top side with the Shen for two reasons. There's the obvious way of following up with the Shen ulti and just matching the roam. But there's also the matter of Shen is very hard to gank for TF because as we saw in the end of the game there, he just blocked the gold card. And if you just block the gold card, Ornn doesn't have enough CC to make that gank happen. So
correct me if I'm wrong, but it looks like we're on the same sides as we were last time, which means one of the sides probably selected red because I think they both wanted blue to start with. So they're looking for the first pick for Blitzkrieg.
Yeah, they're quick banning here, and I'm also seeing they're just throwing all their bans right at Blitz. They're saying we're done with your nonsense. You're getting too strong in these games. They banned his 3 major carry champions. We'll see.
That does leave up both the Thresh that's really effective. We saw tactics on it last time, and a Zillion, which Verd's record on Zillion and TCL is like 8-1 at this point. I think it was 8-0 till early in the season. Tragic, tragic game. But I mean, the man's good at the champion, and there's the Ziggs. That's a great first lock-in. I'm completely okay with that pick.
Yeah, I think the Ziggs is a very reasonable pick for them. I mean, like we discussed in the first James Select, it's a flex pick. I mean, Dev took it last game and did just fine on it. Verd could do the same thing, so I think it's a very solid pick to start off. I'm interested
classic
to see
stuff. Where Blitzkrieg ends up here, because that's what I want to see.
Where both of them end up, to be completely honest. I mean, there's 5 for sure jungle bans, and you could even argue that Trundle is a jungle ban as well.
Yeah, I think it is.
I think it's targeted a little more at Autopsy. I think Sword's a less of a Trundle player, but Jhin pick, interesting. I like the Jhin pick, and I think the Ornn is a solid solid blind pick for Autopsy.
Yeah,
he's had some good success on the Ornn, so
I guess, I mean, maybe he's not as hot on the Zeri anymore since the nerfs. It is not the busted champion that it was before. But, I mean, as Speedy proved earlier this week, it can still do a ton in a game. It's still a 2022 champion, right? Like, the thing does damage. Oh, and there's the TK. I love it. I love it. They intentionally banned that out the first time around, but they had to drop it to get all 3 bans onto Blitzkrieg. I feel like Tom Kench is going to bully the Ornn.
Yeah, I almost feel like I would have liked to see well, I don't know. We can speculate later. They got they got 3 major picks that they would have wanted there.
Yeah, I mean, those are probably most played / most comfortable picks for 3 people in the first round here.
Yeah, for sure. We'll see what I would love to see Sandy hold off his pick here. Yeah, that's good.
Droids look great. Droids looked great on the Nautilus this season. And there's no reason not to give Sandy the counter pick. Like, pick your jungle 4th, give Sandy the counter pick mid.
Yeah, for sure. And I also really like this.
It's going to be 5 Blitz fans. That's so funny.
Definitely is going to be 5 Blitz.
They're just looking at the jungle page and saying, this thing goes, and let's get rid of it.
The Zillion is up. And on a side note, both these guys play Zillion. So
oh, that's true. Is Zillion contested?
Yeah.
Is each one baiting the ban out from the other? I feel like if you go Zillion, though, you need something different out of Sword than just tank.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, Sword has a few other options. The Cane being one of them, obviously being banned. So we'll
Hmm.
see. I did want to say though, I like this adaptation from Toasty Droid here. With as much as Tactics was leaving land on the Thresh,
Hmm.
rather than the Sivir Zaya, they've got a much better pair of champions to attempt to punish
Yeah, I
the
mean,
Ziggs if he's going to be down there by himself.
in my uneducated opinion, Nautilus is one of the best supports in the game right now. You have so many options both in lane and on the roam, and Droid has proven a couple times this season that he can be very effective at doing just that. I mean, Tactics is very comfortable in the Thresh, but Devious, despite being a top 90 player in Runeterra, is playing a different game right now, and that game is League of Legends. And in League of Legends, you need to be able to CS. And last game, we saw that Deficit be the one shining light that BCC had in that cleanup. And yep, there's the Zac from Toasty, which
Oh,
means like give us we need damage in the mid lane. I love the Zac, or not Zac. Toasty picked it. Sorry, for Swordmaster.
yeah, you're good.
Got the Zac. Love that. Have the gank angles. Very effective disruption on the back line. Can even peel if you need to. Get away from things. But yeah, it's gonna be you need damage out of Sword here. Or sorry, Sandy. I'm all over the
Yeah,
place.
I like the oh boy, here's the here's the Zillion. I agree. I really like the Zac from Sword. I think that's like a classic champ of his that he's performed very well on in previous seasons, and I would like to see something. You know what I think would be good from Kindred is an interesting pick here from Blitz. You know what I think would be really good from
Mm-hmm.
Sandy would be his Malzahar.
You think Malzahar's enough damage here?
I don't think it's the highest amount of damage, but I think it's excellent lockdown for this Zillion and Kindred.
Sure, I agree. I think the Kindred pick is hilarious. This way, when Blitz goes in, like we know he's going to, he can stay alive. Just Corki after super prevalent
Yes.
champion earlier this season, but after the nerfs has really been dropped out of pro play. But guess what, guys? This isn't pro play. This thing is fun to
Yeah.
watch. This is TCL. I
I
have not
think
seen it in so long.
Yeah, I think he's still more than viable for especially our level of play.
So we
Excuse
do
me.
have somebody who'd like to join us on the caster's desk to give us a bit of analysis. I am pulling Mr. Reform Bully up right now. Mr. Bully, can you hear us? Are you with us, sir?
Hey, what's up, guys?
So give me your thoughts. You said you got some spicy draft analysis for me.
Yeah,
Tell me what's happening.
one thing I want to talk about real quick. So I think last game, big issue. I love the Zyra pick, but the Zyra pick couldn't match the Thresh support mid that was coming through a lot. I think this answer is pretty good if you're not gonna. So one thing I was kind of disappointed about was that Toasty and Droid kind of just ceded pressure to the Ziggs, and some of that is like just Ziggs things. But that let Tactics kind of be uncontested on the roams. I think
Hmm.
if you're gonna have Tactics running around the map like that, you really need to be shoving it down Dev's throat. And they did a little bit of that eventually, but
Yep.
and got a big CS lead, but that was more just Dev not farming as well as I think he could have than it was Toasty farming particularly well. I think Droid could actually be such an X factor this game with a Nautilus matching the roams, but Verd got Zillion, so it's probably just a dub.
Yeah. So how do you feel about the Kindred pick for Blitzkrieg?
Dude, I agree with your take. It might be peak form Blitzkrieg we get to see here. He jumps in, has a Zillion ult and a Kindred ult to keep him from inting. I think they've maybe found the answer to everything they need. Like, maybe, I mean, I don't think they're ever getting Zillion again, but maybe this is the final form of what's a win con.
I love that. And for everybody in the chat, predictions are now live. Place your bets. What's a win con versus BCC? Potentially the last game of the normal season. Personally, I'll give you my prediction. This one's going to BCC. I am pulling a Jaws here. I'm cheering for more League of Legends. I got 1,000 channel points on the line, everybody. Put your money in there so I can take it away. What about you, Bully? Who you pulling for this one?
Who am I pulling for? I'm so torn because I love Alec and Toasty, but I also love Verd and Dev.
Yeah, I mean
Um,
that's the thing about this. This is a good
mhm.
feels league. You know, we got a bunch of people to vibe with. Now they got like Tranimal and Tolson out of here.
But
Ooh,
I'm definitely watch me skew the odds real quick. How much should I bet?
Everything.
all
Should-
Put it
all
all
of
on the
it,
line.
all
There's
Okay,
of it.
nothing to
sure,
spend them on. Spend them
It's
all.
true. You can
sure.
gain it all
Ready?
back in
Watch
like
the
2 days.
odds. Watch the odds. Watch the odds. Ready? Let's do it. Okay, I got 19,000 on the
Oh
line.
my
So, Shout out to everyone that bet What's a Win Con Game 3 the other night. You gave me these points. I will give them back to you, the people. You may
Oh,
take them
I love
back.
it. I love it. Okay,
Hey,
that's
this
great.
is
That's
yeah.
great.
We got at the moment 47,000 points in the pot. So if everyone can
That's
keep throwing their points in there, we can make this the biggest prediction we've had yet.
maybe we'll add a Discord badge for first person to hit 100K channel points or something ridiculous like that.
Maybe.
I'm gonna be the
Maybe put it
TCL
at 1 million.
billionaire. Yeah, I'll be a TCL millionaire. Tell all
Hey,
my
you hit
friends.
these predictions and you'll get it right. Okay,
I'll
so
throw it in my
talking about
Tinder
this
bio.
top lane for a second, Tokimon on the Tom Kench into the Ornn. Obviously, Ornn's going to scale better into the late game, but Tom Kench, the lane bully against those tanks, right? And also, if he uses it correctly, he can get. Verd has so many ways to stay alive. Their entire team does. You have the Zillion ult, the Kindred ult, the Tom Kench eats, the Lantern reposition. This team needs to play around those edges, or better yet, when Blitzkrieg goes all the way in, get him out of there alive, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I 100% agree. The one thing that's interesting, Toki didn't opt for the Ignite, which I think, I mean, I don't know. I guess I don't know how much kill threat the Tom Kench has here, but I would imagine with Ignite, it's pretty easy to catch Ornn just a little bit too far.
Yeah. So, Bully, thank you so much for joining us. Anything you want to say to the fans before I kick you out of here?
Nah, it's going to be a banger game. Watch it, and then watch playoffs coming up next week. Thanks for having me, though.
I love it. Have a good night. Enjoy watching it, pal.
Thanks. You guys too.
Thanks to
Okay,
Bully there
Blood.
for joining us. Give my own thoughts on this just real
Please.
briefly here before we get into it. I really, really like BCC's adaptation here. I think it's a little dangerous what they've done in terms of specifically giving What's a WinCon what they want, but I really like what they've done on their own side. They've got a lot of comfort picks.
They sacrificed 4 lanes for the sake of keeping Blitz off of the junglers that they know he wants to play, right? I mean, they have what I would consider their main TCL champions in 4 of the 5 lanes. And then Blitzkrieg on a pick that we've never seen him play before. Ooh, a little bit of bush stacking here, but much more traditional, just 5-point from the side of What's a WinCon. I figure the cheese is only good for a certain amount of time.
Yeah, they saw that invade last time. They're trying to make a little counterplay to it, but little do they know, the other team is not looking to invade whatsoever here, so they will just be hanging out in this bush as a team. Maybe they can do some mental exercises together while they're in there.
Yeah, Bully inspired me. I'm upping my bet. I want my chunk of these channel points that are on the line.
Yeah, everyone get your final bets in there. We only got about 30 seconds left, so.
And we're gonna close that out, and we'll see exactly what happens. As I said in between, I am just cheering for a slugfest, just back and forth all night. League of Legends. I got nowhere better to be, and where else would you want to be when there is TCL to watch? Thank you all so much for joining us as we get into Game 2 here. Very standard summoner spells coming out of everything. Actually, the first strike on Corki, I'm not sure I've seen that. So to me, that implies he will be going the Ludens build that we saw be so popular earlier this season.
I think that is standard on. It's that, or I believe
it is. It was before the nerfs. I'm just curious if the nerfs changed it at all. But with the first strike, it has to be the Ludens build, right?
I believe it's that or Comet, and like if you're gonna go Comet when your poke is like not CC oriented, I feel like you should just go.
And there's the Tom Kench
getting a huge.
Is there another Q? Is there another Q? Oh, I thought he was gonna take a third shot there.
Cool down a little too long there, but
yeah, that's a lot of lane pressure already. Zach, not the fastest clear. Kindred, if she can kite out her camps, is definitely going to have the edge there. Is opting for clear on his bot side. We do see the mirrored blue starts again for both junglers. So expecting some bot pressure early and perhaps some more attention paid towards Autopsy in the top here to make sure that he doesn't fall behind. But I don't know if that's where I would be ganking if I was Sword. Last game we saw, a really successful early Rammus gank mid, forced out both the Verd sums. This time he doesn't even have the cleanse, because obviously that's not as effective against the knockups. Excuse me, sorry. But you got to pay attention to your carry lanes, and that's just not the Ornn, right? Feel free to counter gank, try to get him ahead if you see a good opportunity. But please, please, go bot and take advantage, as Billy was saying, of these Thresh roams. Ziggs, good wave clear, but not the most mobile of champions.
Yeah, I would really love, like you said, for Sword to ignore top lane for the most part this game, but what I really want to see him do this game is hover bot side of the map. Bit of an engage here. Blitzkrieg already looking.
Oh, good hook.
Side. The hook lands. They're going to be getting a lot of damage onto Dev. Blitzkrieg is here. The force comes out from Toasty. They should possibly be fine. Droid getting a little bit low. Oh, Toasty has that force shot, but is not able to get in range of tactics. In the end, that'll be 2 sums for 2 sums, and no kills will go down. Although Blitzkrieg is pretty low here as he's looking for this.
Oh,
Scuttle.
Blitz.
Oh, I like this from
Blitz
Sandy.
is dead. He's just dead.
Yeah, Blitz is probably dead here. Yeah, that'll be first blood going over to Sandy and the double buffs. Oh, the root connects from Toasty there as well. That should be a second kill. No.
Forces that flash out as well.
Out. Sword here.
Heads up play by Sword.
Yeah, well played from everyone there to follow up on BCC. Sandy coming down to sniff out that Kendrick was going to be going for that scuttle crab. The rest of the team following up for that first blood.
Did Tokimon take the top crab? He had to, right? Because there's no way Blitz was up there. I think Tokimon took, the top crab.
Oh, good engage there from Sword as well. Pulls him back from the flash. Excellently played. That will not quite be enough to take Vert out, though. Unfortunate flash follow-up from Sandy there. But I think if you're going to gank Zillion, now's the time to do it. Keep the pressure on him before he hits level 6.
Oh, look. Blitzkrieg taxing lanes.
Yeah,
if not in gold, he's going to get that experience. He's like, I died, which means I'm not 10 CS up yet, which means I'm going to come to your lane and get it some other way.
I almost wonder if Vert maybe asks for this, though, just to help him get out of here. Sword coming in as well. Connecting the knock-up again will not be enough damage onto Blitz, but Sword looking very strong in this Zac pick as he's getting a lot of pressure in the mid lane.
Yeah, I mean, that's what we expect from Sword. Yep. That's what we expect from Sword, right? It's on the Zac. He's proved very, very effective, and as much as I hate to admit it, definitely an easier champion to gank and pilot within the Rammus. Notably, I mean, you have that passive, right? You can go in as hard as you want early, and as long as your team's there to follow you, you're gonna be able to live that engage out.
Yeah, for sure. And also seeing actually a fight happening in the top side again. I don't think anything's gonna come from that, but just more big trades coming on to Autopsy there from
Autopsy's staying even in farm though.
Well, that's what I was gonna say. He kind of is, but he's also got the wave pushing back.
Oh, that's true. This is gonna get frozen out. If anybody in this league knows how to freeze a lane,
it's Bully.
Love it. It looks like it's gonna crash. He doesn't have quite enough control over that wave to stop it from crashing. It's too big. But in the bot lane, as we said, both summoners off of Dev. Toasty does have to blow his flash there, but I mean, Droid led that off with a great hook onto Dev. Tactics was playing so far forward because Blitz was calling for that engage, but got poked out super hard. Nothing came of that, but really, really well played early from the side of BCC's bot and jungle.
Yeah, I'd love to see a follow-up to this from Sword here. I would hope that they would have timed Dev's flash there. I mean, honestly, it's just going to be about the same time as Toasty's anyways. I'd love to see Sword try and rush 6 as quickly as he can and then head right back down there.
Hey, and Tactics is mid. This looks familiar.
Yeah, this is
but this time, Droid's on the follow-up.
Tactics getting a hook onto himself, getting very low. The Zillion ult will come out. Sword is here, though. Does not quite have 6, but does still have
good knockaway by Dev.
Toasty getting very low. Everyone getting very low, to be honest. But no kills will come through here as it's just, again, a bunch of trades. Ooh, a hook connects onto Sandy. Sandy will just have the W, though. There is not much to follow up there. And yeah, that'll just be a big trade in health bars and summoners.
Yeah, although we have Autopsy behind the Tom Kench right now, between him and his turret. Looks like he's going to walk out. Oh, going for the all-in.
Yeah, managed to get the recall off before Tokimon was able to recall himself. Does have the item advantage, so he now has this advantage in terms of the 1v1 and will
Tokimon's dead
with them. Yeah, both flashes were down. I think Tokimon, of course, is just holding that, knowing that if he flashes, Autopsy's just going to flash right after him, and that'll be the solo kill for Autopsy.
Yeah, great stuff to the top laner who honestly just got abused in game 1. This is shaping up to be a much more clean early game from the side of BCC, and I am here for it. Give me my money.
Yeah, also, excuse me, I believe I said that Autopsy based. I believe he just held that first cooldown on the buy to just straight get the
bombies.
Yeah, maybe he based for the whole health bar. I'm not sure.
I think he did, and he walked through. Yeah, because they both had the buy. He just got into the bush, and Tokimon didn't know he was there.
Toki hadn't based yet. So.
Oh, yep, you're right. My bad. Yeah. So,
anyways,
clean play.
Can we see Kindred stacks potentially? 1 stack, yeah. Not anything too crazy. Just curious how many he had gotten off in the early game here, as the bot lane for BCC will be taking that stack away from him.
Educate me. I know you're not as old and wise as Verd here in the mid lane, but I know, like, center stacks give stats at certain intervals. Are kindred stacks the same, or do they give stat per level?
So
Per
kindred
stack?
stacks have, I believe, one moment at 4 stacks. For the most part, they are just generally stats. Oh, Rook's gonna tell us range at 4, and every 3 after. All right, there
Okay,
you
okay.
have it.
So
Range at 4 and every 3 after.
breakpoints you need to hit. Thank you,
Other than
sir.
that, other than that, if I'm not mistaken, I could be wrong. I'm not a kindred player, but I believe it increases the damage of the execute or something like that.
The 3-stack
Um,
passive.
yeah, something like that. Okay. It does something more than just the range, though. Every stack does give something, and then of course it'll be the range once he hits 4. So.
Yep. Blitzkrieg does have 6 here on the bot lane. Gonna be sweeping out that ward. Probably gonna pick up that pink on the Drake as well. Potentially in place to just take an early Drake here if they're aware. They might know where Sword is. Maybe not. I'm not sure how closely they've been tracking him. But, I mean...
Ooh, Tokimon in the top lane. They're finding
return.
the return solo kill onto Autopsy, evening
And
out
yeah,
that top lane.
that's what I want to see. They got the push on the Drake. Gonna trade
like-
Herald for Drake.
Yeah,
Oh,
it should just be a trade for objectives. They should be able to just block off
Yeah.
these shots. Yeah.
no need to take this
possibly-
one, Tactics. You can just get out. Okay,
he's,
here you
yeah,
go.
he's trying to get away from it. Sword will be able to just take off that Herald on the top side. Sandy leaving towards the top side to help him out. I believe they should be able to take away this scuttle as well.
Yeah, make sure he gets that. Nice, nice, good, clean play out of both sides. Well, I'm not gonna call it clean, but enjoyable TCL play out of. Oh, Tokimon, get it. Oh, not quite. No, it's worth it. Oh.
I forget if,
Verd. Oh, tries to
he's
get
got
this.
He's got the smite. Still a fight happening though between Quirky and Toki there. Toki getting
Toki,
a lot
does
of
he have ult
damage
up?
to the
He does not have ult.
Sandy does have flash, but Toki may actually be in a bit of trouble
he's
here
dead.
as
He's
getting
absolutely dead.
collapsed on. Oh, they barely interrupt his. Oh, but Sword might be in trouble here as well as Blitz and Tactics have managed to follow up. Everyone very low here. Tactics with a solid flash flay, but
Only
they will
pops
not
the
be able
passive.
yeah, they won't be able to pop the passive too far away from the turret.
Guys, they're playing really aggressive for this early in the game right now with the
Yeah,
3v3 turret dive.
Droid and Toasty has also both managed to make their way up here during this time. We'll see if anything else happens. I think it shouldn't. I think everyone should just leave, but we might see more fights happening here. Oh,
That was the longest range Zac Q I've ever
Droid.
seen.
Okay, he flashed to get the the ult in, but it. Oh, Corky's actually here with the package. So many things happening. What am I watching?
5 top for the side of BCC.
Oh,
I mean, hey,
goodness.
you get those early game Herald rotations. Of course, it was after the Herald went down, but love to see that sort of play in this league.
Yeah, I love to see. How toxic should I be? Love to see the bronze solo queue play of everyone just
Hey,
sitting
if this
around.
was bronze solo queue, nobody would have been on that play. You give them credit. This is at least gold.
No,
They
it's-
rotated.
It's what you see in the bronze like solo queue montages where it's like everyone's at level 1 just like constantly fighting and everyone dies at level 1.
Yeah,
It's like that, except nobody
it's the one for all special, and everybody takes the cannon's top, and there's just
Yeah,
like
yeah,
5
yeah.
kills before the minions spawn or whatever.
Right.
Love that. So I mean, I guess when the dust settles, we do have a 1K gold lead for the side of BCC, but the Drake over on what's a win con. I think that's about flipped from where we were last point in this game. Oh, looks like Tactics still level 5, by the way.
Land the hook. This should be an entirely dead Sandy Snake. Trying to get what damage he can onto Blitzkrieg, but Blitzkrieg will be able to finish him off. Well played there from Tactics.
Has Tactics been bot lane for the past like 5 minutes?
No one's been down there. Engage coming in from Sword. Nope. Engage coming in from Sword. The ult will go down onto Verd. Verd will survive for now, but Blitzkrieg getting very low as well. His ult will also come down. Toasty's ult coming through. Oh, he's barely not able to
Good
find
blocks by
Tactics
Dev.
on the backside there, but the hook
Oh,
comes through. This
wow.
should be a dead Verd. Verd will go down to Swordmaster there. In the end, that will be a favorable trade for BCC.
Amazing hook by Droid. Max ranging that shit. Way to get something on the back of that play. And now they're going to drop the Herald and get at least 4 plates mid. That is a lot of gold going over to the side of blind circuit control. What is their name?
Burnt circuit cleanup.
Burnt.
Close,
I was like,
close
it's not
though.
broken.
Close,
Burnt
close.
circuit cleanup. That's what it is. Thank you, thank you. And that was a Blitzkrieg special. Flash E'd in onto the ADC. But as we said, he has so many more tools to keep him alive there. And yep, there's 4 plates for the side of BCC. Great play by them here in our early game.
Yeah, had just under 1,000 gold lead to begin that, but after the Herald dropped in the kill, they're almost extending it to about 2k now. So getting a comfortable gold lead here for BCC. They are down a dragon, so honestly at this point it is just entirely anyone's game. I mean, we're very, very even going into the middle of the game here.
Both of these teams have good players on them, but all I want to see is the most nonsensical League of Legends ever. Also, Tactics is still level 5. Just calling that out real fast.
Oh,
Dev
gosh.
is level 8. But dude, please go to a lane. Please
yeah,
go to a lane and get 6.
Tactics, we love your roams, man. They're great, but you do need to level up at some point.
Is it at what point does it not? Oh, little fight in the top lane here.
Fight on the top lane here. I think Toki should have the advantage here with the healing, but Autopsy, no, we'll be able to finish it off. That, ladies and gentlemen, is the power of Sunfire.
Yeah, it does have the completed mythic up on his lane opponent. Does Sunfire burn continue when you're in Tom Kench belly?
It should, yeah. I think.
I don't think it turns off any sort of burns like that. So, I mean, that's just a winning trade for the side of Autopsy. Yeah, great second or third solo coalescing in the top lane. That one obviously going over, and now he's
coming in from Autopsy as we're going onto this Drake here.
Toki will have the TP to respond when he spawns here in a second.
Yeah, we'll be using that TP right away to get to this Drake fight. So we're gonna see a good old-fashioned 5v5. No shenanigans, no flanks or anything, just a good old-fashioned League of Legends
Tactics is finally level 6 for this fight.
Finally level 6. Oh, Sword with a big engage there. Tactics barely not able to flay him out of the way. A good ult follow-up. Tactics go down quickly at the beginning of this fight. Blitzkrieg getting very low. They're chasing Toki down in this pit. Oh, Toasty manages to find Blitzkrieg with that shot on the side there. This is an entirely one fight for BCC. Sword may be overcommitting here, but the rest of What's a WinCon will not be able to follow up on Sword's slight split from his team there. That'll be 2 for 0 in the favor of BCC.
And the dragon on the back end of that.
Okay. For a second, I saw there was no dragon. I was like, drag? No one was
they
there.
They took it away at some point.
Yeah.
I don't really remember it going down either. But
I think they started the dragon. I think Sword may have gone in to try and smite it right at the end there with his engage. I'm not sure. I did see them start it though.
Yeah. So great engage by Swordmaster there. I mean, Tactics flayed him out of the land, but I mean, he still got a ton of disruption there. He technically flayed him in the air. Definitely could have been sooner and kept him off more.
No, he didn't stop it at all. The knockup went through.
Sure, if you say so. I'm not going to say you're wrong.
I'm right.
Blood, have you ever in your life admitted that you're wrong, though?
Why would I do that when I'm never wrong?
Yeah, that's what I thought. You and Lucifer are 2 of a kind, by the way.
No.
Yes.
Nah, get out of here. Anyways, so this Kindred will be looking for the Herald here. This gold lead has expanded to a little over 3k here. Is that Kindred's? If I'm seeing this correctly, it's still 1 stack on the Kindred, which is
I do believe
getting to the 16 to 20 minute mark is pretty rough. You generally. I'm no Kindred player again, but I'm pretty sure the metric you want to have is you definitely want to have your 4th stack by 20 minutes.
He could still get it. He has 3 minutes to go.
I don't know if Kindred marks spawn often enough for that to happen.
Get it off champions then.
True. Yeah, I don't know if he's gotten any off the...
Oh, look, the classic Blitzkrieg heralding over the wall there immediately after taking it. He does that goddamn near every game he takes the Herald, getting that top turret out of the way. But I don't know if it's going to go down here.
Sword looking for the engage.
Okay, yeah, not quite going to knock the turret. And without the plates, that is not the most effective Herald play. Does obviously weaken the turret, and Tokemon's going to have the push. But if he keeps losing the 1v1s to Ornn, I don't know if he's going to want to be up in that lane.
Yeah, also, just a note on the bottom there, Sandy did manage to take the first tower and get that solo gold all to himself while the tower play, like you mentioned in the top side, didn't end up going through. So that'll just be more gold, almost 4k of a lead going over to BCC.
Mm-hmm. So we were talking about last game. I think I made the comment like 4 times. What's a win con, right? Just I mean, just rag on their name the whole time. What is their win con? We established that their win con was Blitzkrieg getting fed. So now we need to see if they can't come up with another one when Blitz has had a much rougher early game than we traditionally see out of him. Big engage in the top lane here.
Big fight coming through here. The TP coming through from Verd. This should definitely be Sword going down here. I don't think there's much this team can or should do to try and save him there. It looked initially decent, but the follow-up TP from Verd was a solid addition. Also, 2 towers now going over to What's a Win Con. They managed to loop back around to that top tower, and then with that play happening in the top lane, Dev also taking that mid lane tower.
Yeah, Zig's great on the tower push is something we haven't talked about a ton. Also doing a much better job farming this game. So those of you who are flaming my boy in the chat, back off. The kid knows how to play the game. Did I mention he's top 90 in the Americas in Runeterra? He is a mental gamer, y'all.
Was anybody flaming him?
Somebody made fun of his farm, yeah.
Oh, I didn't see it.
Well, I did.
Oh, well.
No, it's all good. So as we settle in here, they're looking for this mid push, really trying to crack it open, get the return turret. They definitely should have it here. Not quite enough wave clear with 4 people there to keep them off of it. Next Drake will be spawning here in less than a minute. So, a little bit of pick onto Blitzkrieg here with the package.
Yeah,
do we have the lantern to get him out? Not
very
quite.
Low. Oh, Sandy almost going down as well, though. That's 2 revive passes on him there as he will be coming out of this. Droid getting very low, but that's an excellent engage from Swordmaster. Blitzkrieg is still alive for now. Will he be able to get out? Toki trying to sacrifice his life. Oh, but Toasty with the flash 4th shot. That is a huge team fight over for BCC. They get another 1 for 3. Let's see what they want to do off of this. They look like they want to push mid lane. They could honestly, at this point, with 3 members being dead, I think they could do just about whatever they wanted, although looks like Verd will have some solid wave clear against them. Neither Drag nor Baron is up just yet, so they kind of have a little bit of a waiting game to play, but looks like they will decide to go over to Dragon.
I will note that during that fight, they used all 3 of their survival abilities that I noted. Kindred ult, Zillion ult, and the Tahm Kench ult, just to try to keep Blitzkrieg alive, and he still died during that fight because he just went in a little bit. And great flash 4th shot from Toasty, as you pointed out, to clench that kill. I was worried that Verd ulted like way too early because he ulted like when the Kindred ult was still up, but nope, it managed to go through. Sadly, they still lose the fight on the back of that. Why am I saying sadly? I'm happy they lost. I'm betting on BCC this round, boys. Let's have some League of Legends.
I mean, hey, we've got now that we've got the predictions and the channel points at stake, like you've got some actual bias in there now, right? Like,
oh, absolutely, so much bias, which is exactly what you want out of your casters, right?
Right. Hey, I've got no bias because I can't take part of the votes, so unless someone else can decide the outcome for me, but.
No, the only people deciding the outcome of this game are going to be the people playing it. And right now, BCC is playing it just a little bit better than What's a Win Con. They're definitely in the driver's seat. We do see the Ludens and the transformed Manamune out of the Corki already. He is going to be doing damages, not quite as much as he might have done 4 patches ago, but he's still going to scale so well into this game. Ornn level 13, those Ornn items will start coming in very, very shortly. We have the matching scorelines from the Ornn and the Zac doing really, really well on the top side, as well as the bot side. I mean, Toasty's 303. What more do you want out of your ADC right now?
Yeah, things are looking very nice at this point for BCC. It was kept relatively even throughout the first stage of the game. I mean, a little bit of objective trading back and forth, but they've gotten to the point that they've cemented a solid lead up almost 5k now. They've got the drag lead, could be looking to put themselves on solo point pretty soon here. Really, I would like to see them just try and get this last outer tower and then begin to just group as a team and push their advantage.
Yeah, I'm going to be curious to see how they do decide to play it, because I think something that BCC has lacked in all season is knowing when to push that advantage. They tend to play very timidly as a team. No flame intended, just observation. So it's good to see them playing around their strengths right now. They know they have the lead. As you said, they're knocking down that top turret. And instead of just like trying to stat check with the push, I think you just set up vision, threaten the Baron, and try... Oh, screw threatening the Baron, just take it.
This is a good play, honestly. I believe Blitz walked over... You see that there's a pink down there in the blue side red pit? I believe Blitz walked over that on his way, and they know where the mark is. Like,
I don't think What's a Win Con has any idea.
They don't.
This is happening.
They don't have any idea. I mean, Blitz is just kind of hanging out on the bot side. I think he got his mark, sure, but That's an excellent Baron sneak from BCC there, knowing where the jungler's at, knowing also where the jungler's going to be headed. That'll be a Baron take.
Yeah, and with that, BCC firmly in the driver's seat here. Lead up to 6 kills and 6K. Have a drag as well. Now it's just a matter of grouping and getting that push going, letting those Corki rockets do their job, and Sword looking for his engage.
Yeah, Tactics and Dev down here looking to fight Autopsy a little bit. I mean, somehow they're both half. I don't know exactly how that happened.
That's a tank in League of Legends. That's what that is.
I don't know if that even came from fighting or not. I don't know. I don't know. But they're holding on to this bot tower. They did manage to get that top tower earlier before the Baron take. Producer, could we potentially get a objective timers?
Shout out to Joa on the production.
It's the eyeball in the bottom left there.
Yeah, click the eyeball.
And then objective timers at the bottom. Just click. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Drag in a minute.
Joe, you're doing an excellent job, and we appreciate your work on the cast here tonight. Thank you, sir.
Yes,
Shout out to Joe in the chat, everybody. Best jungler TCL, #1 overall draft pick, and #1 producer. Oh, well, that's a good point, actually. My bad, Spurg. You're definitely better than Joe. I don't know what I'm talking about. At least pre 10 minutes.
But no, big shout out to Rooker. Thanks to him for stepping up, allowing Abarn to binge drink himself until he vomits.
Happy St. Patrick's Day, everybody.
Yeah. Anyways, back to the game. We got drag coming up in about 40 seconds here. Should be looking at another big fight. I will say they did pick up that Baron. They haven't really done much
anything
with it. Yeah. Could you?
I mean, they already had all the outer turrets, and it is, I guess,
could you click on one of them so we see how long the Baron has left? Any of the? Yeah.
So Baron's 3/4 of the way up. Yep.
Right. I don't think they're going to make much of a push off of it. I mean, they'll have the stats for the fight, and of course they got the gold for the Baron, and they didn't lose anything for it. So
love Droid's position here. Very aggressive, controlling the hell out of this area. They have all 5 members push forward, and it's going to be so hard for blue side to walk up and try to do anything about this dragon.
They're not even going to contest, and they have no reason to do so. Yeah, as we see, the map is dark over there for them. They would have heard the Corki package coming through. Def trying to find the steal. I like it, but that'll be the dragon #3 over. Oh,
Bird's dead somehow.
Yeah, we missed a solo kill there from Sandy onto. He didn't use pack. Okay. Normally I wouldn't ask for this. Could we actually back it up a little bit? I want to see what happened here.
A little further. And we need the vision. We can't get the vision.
No, vision's fine. Vision's fine. So let's look over. Let's just watch. Yeah,
this is going to be so much fun to jump back to live here in a second.
It's okay. I mean, we gotta see. I just have no idea what happened. Because did he just one-shot Vert or what?
And he has the package, right? So there's the ult. He's walking in, and here it is. Yeah, he straight up one-shot Vert. Wasn't even close.
He just one-shot him.
Okay, now we're jumping back to live. Got to fight in the mid lane with this push. They knocked down the turret.
Yeah. Sorry to Vert if you I don't mean to solo you out like that if you watch this back, but I wanted to know what happened there.
Are we live again? No, we're not.
No, we're very far away. It's okay. It's okay, Rook. It's okay. I asked you to. It's okay. It's my fault if anything.
So this is the triple replay, everybody. We're just gonna be lagged a little bit further behind than normal.
Let's watch Vert die. If you could zoom in on Vert's death here. Yeah, here we go.
Oh,
Big
that's
play
so
from
cool.
Sandy.
That's so cool. So I guess the plan is just to watch it forward and pretend like this is where the game state is, right?
Yeah. Sorry, Vert.
Okay.
Sorry, Vert.
Mistook by Droid. What a terrible play for the 3rd time. No, I'm just kidding. Great play by Red Side here. Doing exactly what they need to do. Are sitting on soul point now, so in 5 minutes, package play by Corki.
And will force out the Kindred ulti. Ult coming in from Dev as well, or excuse me, I called him Dev. Toasty as well, as he's managed to find Blitzkrieg on the backside there. Toki in the front line trying to do what he can. Droid getting very low. Toki will be flashing after him. The Tongue Lash will finish him off. Oh, actually, Toki kind of going back in a little bit as well. Toasty pretty low, but has a sizable front line, and overall it'll be another 1-for-1, but still in the favor in terms of health bars.
I'm not sure
BCC.
What Blitzkrieg, was thinking there when he was chasing the 3/4 health Corki with like a 10th of his own, but Yeah, interesting. Yeah, another just
Autopsy.
good hook
Good
by
hook there.
Tactics.
Yeah, good hook there. Autopsy maybe staying a
Shutdown goes over to the
tad too
Thresh
long.
though. That's not where you want to see it.
Yeah, we got a Bush League here, stealing all the kills.
I mean, hey, it's a support's right to any kill on the map, just like it's an ADC right to any farm past 15 minutes.
No. Get those ADCs out of my mid lane. I'm talking to you, Speedy. Stay out of my lane.
You have transitioned to a mid lane mentality so well. I'm proud of you, Blood.
Dude, I already had a selfish mentality when I was a top laner. It wasn't hard.
Yeah, that's true. What am I talking about?
Can we get a quick Kindred stack check
Oh,
here?
Stop
Is he at the
bullying
4
the
yet?
What's a WinCon players.
He's just at 3, just at 3. Well, I just wanted to know if he had gotten quite to that 4 yet, because I knew he had gotten the 1, so he's not quite to that range increase yet, and as far as I've heard from Kindred players, that is a pretty important one to get to, so...
Yeah, absolutely. Gives you a bit of range. Lets you kite around these fights even better. Let Kindred do what Kindred want to do. So, yeah, Corki on 3 items, Jin on 3 items. They're looking real thick, especially with those Ornn items coming through as well. How many times can I say items in 30 seconds? Stay tuned and find out. But as we've seen for most of this game, excellent play from the side of BCC, really working to earn me those channel points, doing a great job, trying to extend this to 3 and become the team that didn't go, or not, trying their best to not become the team that went winless for an entire season, would be only the second squad to repeat that legendary feat. Shout out OGB BMS.
Rudy, it's both your team name before and
Yeah,
your team
well,
name
I'm
now.
not very smart, Blood. That's the problem.
Also, not to make you guys sad, but you didn't have any wins, period, let alone series wins.
Shut up. Hey, it was a fun-ish season. I had a good time with Irip as my captain. He's a chill dude.
Dude, Irip's a chill guy. Blitzkrieg getting a little cut out here by Droid. Ult is coming down. He will manage to get that ult. Oh, I guess we're not watching Blitzkrieg anymore. Blitzkrieg very low here. Droid will go down to the other members on the backside. Blitzkrieg down as well. Sword with a good flash in there. Doing a lot of damage here. Not dying either. Sword's very strong. Finishing off Thresh. Sword is looking absolutely massive here as the rest of his team is just cleaning up on what's a WinCon. And honestly, I dare to say I think they could possibly push for an end. I mean, they've got both the Jin and the Corki here. They're going to be shredding these towers. It is 20... What is that? I can't see the Thresh timer. 16 seconds on the Thresh and actually the same timer on the Kindred. They're going to at least get an inhib.
I think this is inhib to Baron. I guess you're pretty far ahead, but you also have a ton of gold off of that push. Fall back, take the objective, reset on it. Dragon's up as well, which if they can steal it away, if they do go for Baron, then the play for what's a WinCon should really just be give Baron. You're not contesting that. Nobody's alive. See if you can't set up Dragon, try to sneak that away before they get their resets. That's kind of your only hope here, because if they get Soul, they're marching down with Baron. There's not a lot they're going to, or the side of what's a WinCon is going to be able to do to respond to the very colloquial throwing of the wallets at the other team. They are so far ahead right now. Once they get that gold spell, it looks like, they're not going to bother the resets. They're just going to run straight down to Drake.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's the play. They won the last fight extremely handedly. There's no reason to even consider giving anything back over him to Droid. Maybe a little caught, maybe not. I mean, he's definitely pretty strong on his own right. Toki gonna try and chase him down, but we got the focus over here on this dragon. Ooh, first tactics NA almost
narrowly escaping that. This is the Deb ult steal. I'm calling it right here. No, actually, there's no way. But it'd be cool if he did.
Like Blitz wants to try maybe taking a good. Oh my god!
So I guess the Corki nerfs weren't quite enough.
Whoa! Was that
late ult by Dev, and Verd's very caught out here.
Oh yeah, Verd just going down immediately. Was that just?
I think that was QR.
Corki?
I think that was QR.
I don't know. It was definitely the good flash there from Droid and the hook onto Dev here. They're trying to survive with their life. There's nothing to happen here. I mean, they're just so far behind that they can just straight tank these towers. I mean, Sandy was tanking there and took like 4 shots. This should just be the end of the game. They've got the Baron. They've got the Soul. Toki trying to come in here for a last-ditch effort to try and stall them off for what he
He
can.
does have
That'll
2
be
health bars,
qualified
but if I was
numbers.
facing that squad, I'd want like 5 or 6 of them.
Yeah,
It looks
that'll
like
be-
we are going to Silver Scrapes, boys. Game 2 going over to the side of Burnt Circuit Control.
Nope.
I don't know. BCC takes game 2. We have a game 3, everybody. The teams that have both gone winless in the normal season play, both looking to clinch this one out and get the better seedings or the better seat in our tournament. Stay tuned. Actually, let's not go outro yet. Let's look at some game damages, everybody. My bad.
Check out the damage graphs here.
Wow.
Surprising big damage from that Corky pick. Love to see it from Sandy carrying his team. And that's about all there is to that game. I mean, everyone else was pretty
It really
even in
is.
damage numbers, but
It really is. That's a sword diff, I think. As we said, let's WinCon. WinCon is Blitz needs to get ahead. With 4 bans thrown in his face, they were unable to get him on something that he was super comfortable with. The Kindred play honestly didn't look great, especially in comparison to the pop-off performances that he's had so far this season. Swordmaster back on the Zac, played very, very comfortably. Sandy, as we said, on something with a little bit more upfront damage than the TF, able to sustain through those team fights, do more than just get the occasional pick. And great performance by Toasty and Droid as well from the bot lane. I mean, Autopsy played good too with those solo kills. I don't know. That was a bit of a rollover from the side of BCC, just steamrolling what's a WinCon in game 2. What are your thoughts?
I mean, yeah, that was just a slow, methodical win from them. They got the slight early advantages and then just continued getting little advantages here and there. They, what's the WinCon got a little bit back. They did manage to get all 3 of the outer towers. They tried to get what they could here and there, but overall, BCC just dominated in that performance.
Yeah. Great game 2, everybody. I hope you'll stick around and be here with us as we go to game 3, figure out which of these squads does win the toilet bowl. I'm excited, and I hope you all are too. funny. Also, Rook, if you're listening, you can get them. They can go R like 10 seconds after we get back in.
Welcome back, everyone, to the final game of the final week of the regular season of TCL Season 4. And gotta say, I'm excited for this one. I mean, we got the 1-to-1, we got the scrapes, we got the clown music. If you heard it, that was pretty great. So I'm ready for. I'm assuming Rook was playing that for the sake of the anticipation of a clown fiesta, and that's what I'm ready for.
That is all I want to see. As we discussed, that team comp from the side of Burn Circuit Control. No, Burn Circuit Cleanup.
Yes,
From
there
the
you go.
side
He got
of
it. He got it right.
BC.
No, you got it right.
Guys,
It's Burn
I
Circuit Cleanup.
promise I'm not this dumb. Well, I am this dumb in real life. That's just who I am, baby. But that team comp is exactly what we need to see. Autopsy's had some standout performances in Orin this season. He did it again there in game 2. Swordmaster matching, exceeding jungler on the other side, doing a great job. Early ganks, pressure that the entire time, being that unkillable tank. Sandy carrying, and the bot lane doing exactly what they need to do, especially. Droid matching the roams on the Nautilus. And I mentioned everybody else. Toasty, you did a good job carrying too. I'm proud of you, Toaster. But getting into game 3, I'm curious, are we going to see a mix of them bans? We have a consistent blue side, red side for this entire series. So counterpick will stay over with the side of BCC. Really, I guess, prioritizing that first pick. Hopefully this time they don't let 4 bans go onto their jungler before they grab something useful. And we have a champ select dodge, probably a client bug. Thank you, Riot, for this game that we spend all of our time in. It's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, we'll get back here in just a minute. It's no big deal.
That's okay. That gives us time for me to put that big brain of yours to use, Blood. What does What's a WinCon need to do differently this game to return to the state that we have seen flashes of throughout the season?
Well, for one thing, I think they need to get Blitz onto something that he's a little more comfortable on. I mean, I don't think the Kindred was terrible in terms of like, I don't know, I just feel like it didn't do that much. And if you're gonna have him, you need Blitz to be on something that isn't just trying to farm and like scale up. And like he needs to be your playmaker, right? So I want to see him on something. Obviously, he did get the 3 jungle bans.
That's my question, right? If the Kane ban comes through, the Hecarim ban, and the Viego, what's the champion that Blitz should play?
So their last ban, as far
Zen.
as the
The fourth ban was Zen.
And if I remember seeing in his match history, I believe I saw a Nocturne game or 2, which they've been banning as well. So I think I'd like to see. Well, I think I'd just like to see some kind of adaptation where they leave something for him, right? So I don't know. We'll see.
That's definitely a strategy. If you're playing blue side, you can not ban the Nocturne, first pick it away from Sword, get your jungler on that right away, and progress on that route. Definitely an option. Or, Xin Zhao, I don't think he's as strong as he was earlier in the season, but still very valid pick. Another possibility, don't know if Blitzcraze plays it, but if we're talking like AD champions that want to go in, something that comes to mind every time, Olaf, right? I think he'd fit very well with Blitzkrieg's playstyle. You have the CC immunity, you have the dive, you have the chase potential. Something to consider. But I'm not sure if that's in the cards first night. Let's see.
Yeah, who knows? I mean, we could speculate. Jarvan could be a very potential Blitz type champion. It's just a matter of what he's feeling comfortable on. I mean, the guy plays like all the roles, so he's probably played all the champs at least a couple times. So I would imagine seeing him pull potentially anything out. So we'll just have to see. I think we're going to be getting into a second lobby here, everyone. Sorry about the delay. Probably had some kind of Riot issues as we're all.
You know what I want to see? So. I want some spice. I want to see Dev on Kai'Sa.
Dev on Kai'Sa.
Kai'Sa is a very strong champion right now, extremely valid on the bot lane. The issue there is you commit a lot more to the 2v2, right? Kai'Sa doesn't have the same wave clear, the same push that Ziggs does, the same ability to stay safe and farm. But if you're able to get through the rougher early game against the powerhouse that is Toasty and Droid, that's something that brings a ton of poke and dive along with it. I think they should just fully commit to the dive comp.
I just want to see Dev first pick Draven.
That I will bet you any amount of channel points and real money that does not happen.
No, it won't. I just said I wanted it, So maybe I'll message him right now and say, hey, first pick Draven, secret strat. I'm not going to do that, but I want to.
You just want to see me be wrong. I get it.
No,
It's frustrating.
I just want to see more Draven, unless it's elusive, because
I was gonna say, I think we saw that already this season, and that did not go well.
he's played it at least once this season, and I think once in season 2. He's played it a couple times, and I want to see somebody else who can
Dude.
actually play Draven.
Literally, so fun little story time while we have a bit of downtime here. When freshman year is when I got introduced to the game of League of Legends, freshman year of college. Luciv lived right across the hall from me, and I just have memories of this man. He was Silver 4 at the time, I believe, and me, Dev, Tokimon were all pretty new to the game. Tokimon had been playing for a while, in all fairness, but hadn't played in a while, and he got us all into it. And one time he 1v1 his roommate. His name was Donnie, and Donnie was Diamond. They did a 1v1 on ARAM map as Zed, and Luciv beat the Diamond player, and it was the most hype thing I had seen. But no, back then he played a ton of Draven. Like, wow, this guy's so good. He's Silver 2, or Silver 4. So Draven's definitely a champion that he's good at inting on. I won't disagree with that.
All right, that was a great story time, Reddy. Thanks for
Thank you.
killing time. We're finally back into Champ Select here. Got a Fiddlesticks ban coming out. Not surprising, everyone banning that Fiddlesticks against Sword.
Yeah, it's funny because he said like multiple times he's not going to prioritize it, but that could just be mind games, right?
Yeah, well,
he's a
Sword is one of
much
those.
bigger. Okay, so we're not going to see any Nocturne adaptations. That's fine. Curious if we see any ban switch ups. But what were you saying about Sword? Sounded insulting.
No, I was gonna say Sword is just, it's like half insult, half good thing. Sword is just one of those players that can't be trusted when he talks about the kind of things that he's gonna be playing in League. Like he could be prioritizing like a Mumu all season, and you'll be like, "Well, ban a Mumu," and he's like, "I'm not gonna play a Mumu." I'm like, "Oh, okay, you're gonna play. Come on, dude." So
It's like you and Yone. You say you're not going to play Yone, but people are banning against you because they're scared of it. They're terrified of your Yone.
Yone broken champ. So
True. You got to love those 200 years champions. Okay, so we see, I think, the exact same 6 bans in this first round here. And the Ziggs first pick. Gwen. I mean, that's not a Tokimon. No, don't first pick any of those. Stop trolling me, Tokimon. I'm not ready for this. Lock in the Ziggs like we know you're going to. Hey, look at that.
Yeah.
Is that a prio pick? I guess Sandy can play it, so they could potentially pick it away, but
yeah, I think Sandy's put a couple games on it, but I think he played it more in like the TCL season 2 time period where it was just insanely strong.
Sure.
I don't know that he's really put a
Good.
whole lot of time on it.
Love the Nautilus again. It's a great champion.
Yeah.
I don't think Tactics and Dev are going to punish it at all. And really, it's not about the lane, although it's very effective in lane. It's about matching the roams that you know are going to come out of Tactics, which we saw done to perfection in Game 2.
Right. Oh, Zach coming through for Sword again.
Salty run back, anybody?
Oh yeah, runbacks.
No, I don't want to see the Kindred again. Don't give me the Kindred again.
What would we have to see here? We'd have to see.
It was the Kindred and the Thresh.
No, it was Kindred Thresh.
Oh nope, you're correct.
Zillion
Yes.
and the other one were.
Yes. So I want a jungle pick, as we said. Maybe the Olaf, maybe the Xin Zhao, something in this first round to make sure that you don't get 5 bans again. Okay, we're mixing it up. No more Thresh. Just another champion that gives Blitz an ability to dive in and potentially make it out unscathed.
So this is interesting to me. Yeah, we'll see if they go with if they go Kench, and surely they just do the same thing, except now they've got the 4th revive passive, which will be enough. Right?
I get it. Every single tool is to
Oh boy, here we go.
That's fun. This is fun, everybody. This client is a good thing. But gives us more time to strategize, and maybe I can pull out another story. Let's see. So we saw the Renata. Let's talk a bit. We'll do some draft strats first. We've kind of beat it to death as to what we want to see out of the jungle. I hope I'm right about something. But Renata into Nautilus with the Ziggs. Renata Ziggs, I mean, that's a lot of long-range poke. You can play from a distance. You don't have to push up a lot, which means you're not going to be very vulnerable to ganks. But we've seen this series, like, neither jungler is playing around bot lane, right? All the action's been top and mid. Most of the action has been around top and mid. So I think continuing to see that pattern, Blitz or Dev and Tactics aren't a lane that's going to punish anything out of Toasty and Droid. I think that's just a bit of a player diff there, as well as champs. Brett or Tokimon Panda up in the top lane. His equipment is currently going through some issues. He's restarting his computer at the moment, so we definitely have a couple minutes here. What do we see out of Verd? He's lost. I think he has an 0-2 record this season on Zillion. Both times he's gotten a pick, it hasn't worked out. So Lux, Vel'Koz, something more like that. We do know he likes those control mages.
I'm gonna be honest. I think this is gonna take a minute, and I'm kind of disconnected from draft at this point. What do we say about getting Rook in here to join us on the discussion?
We could, but also Tom just asked me about the TFT meta, so I can talk about that if anybody's interested.
Oh, I don't think we want to hear about that. Hey, it's Rook.
Rook Stout, one of the best junglers in TCL, definitely the best at upsetting my Tuesday nights. Tell us your thoughts on the series so far.
Rook, stop. Stream can't hear you. I think it's something in OBS.
You know what? If anybody in the Twitch chat would like to
OBS.
come in and tell me about what you think is in this game, Monkey, get in LOL1 right now. I want to hear you talk.
No. Forget Monkey. No. We need Rook. Wait, let me check. No, it's not. It's not. No,
Okay.
Rook. No.
Guys, I'm running out of words. My water's almost gone already. My throat hurts. Somebody get an LOL1. Come in here and entertain the masses.
Ooh,
Sauce, how you doing tonight, buddy? Sauce, we can't hear you.
Bobby?
Do you think he accidentally just joined the caster's booth?
I'm good.
Ah, there he is.
Hey,
there he is.
Bobby.
Can you hear me?
Happy St. Patrick's Day, buddy. We can hear you, yes.
Oh, okay, cool. There you are. I was saying, tell Joe to turn up his OBS mic. It's a setting in there.
What are your thoughts on the series so far?
My thoughts? You know what? I've only been like half paying attention. I mostly just chimed in here to give some advice on production. Oh, dude, just turn up your mic. Do you know how to do it? On the OBS? Oh, okay.
Okay, everybody. I would just like you to know that if you have anybody to blame for this stream, it's absolutely Tokimon Panda. Feel free to flame him as much as you'd like.
Wait, though, we might be back in a jam select. We might be ready to go here.
Okay. Looks like we might be able to get Monkey for the post-draft analysis, though, so that'll be fun. Monkey, if you want to be on the stream, you need to be in LOL1.
Yeah, he's in pop. But we'll pull him. We'll pull him up when the time comes. Once we're through the draft here, everything should remain the same up until where were we at? I know we had R1 and R2 locked. Did we have
We were waiting for the third pick from what's a WinCon?
Third pick. What was the second pick from?
It was Renata.
Renata, that's right. Yes, we were at Renata. Okay. So we will keep all the picks the same up until Renata. Hopefully Toki's situation will be all good and he will not have to.
Yeah, we'll get into this game. They're just building the excitement, building the energy for this game 3. This will be the final game of regular season TCL, the last one we get to see before tournament play starts, and we get those grueling best of 5s. So they're just raising the anticipation levels.
Dude, they were just allowing us to match the toilet bowl with the toilet stream by just having straight up production talk.
Anything you're a part of is a quality production.
Bovie joining in here purely just to say, turn up your mic. It's content, dude.
That's the analysis that we needed. Okay, we're back to where we were 10 minutes ago. Thank you, everybody, for sticking with us. Text your friends. This is game 3, last game of the regular season. Let's pump those Twitch chat numbers up. Prediction will be live here shortly. And Darius is the blind pick into the top lane. Tell me about that, Blood. What do you pick against the Darius? How does Urgot do against Darius?
It's a skill matchup. Actually going to be looking to grab that Corki before it.
They are running. They are straight running it back. Yeah.
I kind of like that because they saw it worked. He got fed. They know that Verd isn't going to play anything aggressive to punish it. He's going to be able to farm and get strong, and they just wanted it before it got banned. I like it. As for that Darius matchup, I mean Darius blind pick is perhaps a tad ambitious when you don't see the top lane matchup. However, not only does he already see a big front line of Zach Nautilus, which is the exact kind of stuff that Darius wants to play into, he also should generally know that. Oh, I'm surprised to see the orb ban. I was going to say you generally know that Autopsy is just going to play tanks, particularly that Ornn, which is a very reasonable matchup for Darius, anyways. But no, we won't see that Ornn. We'll have to see some kind of adaptation from Autopsy up in the top lane. Bans are mostly the same, minus that one Ornn ban. So we'll see if we see a okay, Zillion ban. Yeah. I think that's good.
Have we seen Autopsy play anything besides Ornn and Urgot this season? I can't think of it.
I'm not sure. I know he's played a lot of Ornn this season, that's for sure.
Yeah, so I don't know. I like Rick's idea in there. Get the Teemo counter pick. Pokemon gets a taste of his own. Come on, that would be the content that we're here for, though.
No, it's an easy matchup, dude. Teemo's bad.
And there's the Urgot ban. They just said, Autopsy, you're not playing anything we've seen you on before. Love the Aphelios pick. Gonna poop out the DPS.
It'll be interesting though if this gets to the late game and Renata gets a solid ult onto Toasty and he's like, well, I guess he hasn't locked Aphelios yet, but if he locks Aphelios and he gets a Renata ult onto Toasty and he's in like the Twitch I'm bored. Come on, let's not run it back all the way. I mean, I guess they can't run it back all the way because they don't have the Ornn. But I wanted to see
we were
the
talking about how
Aphelios.
much we liked their comp. I guess they agreed.
I
It
guess so, yeah.
definitely
I
did the
guess
job
so.
last time.
Yeah. Well, I was gonna say that Aphelios would murder his own team, but that's not gonna be the case. Volibear. I mean, that's gonna be a blitzkrieg. Volibear.
I mean, it's a very strong champion. Like pre 20 minutes, it definitely gets outscaled in utility. Just becomes a bit of a meatball leader, but it has a ton of early prio and dueling potential. Not the carries that we normally see Blitzkrieg play, but if you get far enough ahead, obviously it's gonna do a shit ton, right? But as normal, they're putting all the eggs in the Blitzkrieg basket and are gonna say, or actually, I guess this game it's kind of the opposite, right? They're not putting all the eggs in the Blitzkrieg basket. Everybody else playing damage pretty much. Renata's utility, sure, gonna build Locket or Shirelia's, but this game's gonna be a slightly different thing because Volibear's not going to build the damage items that we tend to see Blitzkrieg on. So, I mean, you have the Q Flash E.
Well,
sure, sure you could.
Volibear can still do like
definitely gets outscaled as the game goes, though.
Ooh, I do not like that pick at all. Oh my goodness, that's the easiest lane for Darius.
Hey, let's get those predictions live, shall we, everybody?
Yeah, let me set that up real quick.
While you do that, I'm going to get our resident support guru, Monkey, up here to give us his analysis of both the series and the draft so far. Monkey, sir, how are you doing tonight? Can you hear us?
What up? I can hear you guys perfectly fine.
So give me your opinion of the game state and these team comps.
I've been helping my little toaster with his draft. Been just texting him throughout the draft.
Hey, we don't allow coaches in this league, sir, admitting to cheating on stream.
I don't know that we don't allow coaches. We definitely don't allow collaboration, but hey, it's not collaboration anymore because Monkey was banned from TCL.
I think the Malphite is fine, but not in lane. I think it's good against Vel'Koz and Ziggs because they can just dive him.
Yeah, but it's the most abysmal lane for Malphite ever.
Yeah, but
it's so bad.
I don't think Toasty can abuse it. Oh, not Toasty.
We'll see. Yeah, we'll see. All right, everyone. Prediction is live. Get your as Tom said, this is a gambling stream. Get your gambling going.
I have no idea who to bet on here. Monkey, I guess. I mean, you already gave us your bias. You're leaning towards little toaster that could here. But looking at these team comps, pretend you don't know the players who are piloting them. Where does your preference lie?
Honestly, I think Sandy's team does have a better early game, like early start for like the bot side, but 2v2 for top and jungle, I think is Darius and Volibear for sure.
Oh yeah.
Okay, everybody, just for the record, minimum bet in the channel points thing should be 100% of your channel points. Let's get this pool enormous. They don't mean anything. Give me that money. I just put everything I got on what's a win con. They're gonna pull this out here, in my opinion. Blood, what do you think?
Yeah, I think it's going to be very dependent on state of the game, right? Like early on, I think BCC has some very nice potential with like the Jhin Nautilus. They got some good pick potential. They've got the gank angles from Zach, but as the game skills, I just don't see how Darius isn't going to get huge in the front line. How Renata's not just going to make the whole team kill each other. I mean, if the game goes on long enough, I don't see what's a win con losing.
I mean, we talk about the lack of scaling from the Volibear compared to some of the other junglers Blitz plays, but it has just insane early dueling potential, right? Like the flash Q called a Thunderdown is such a powerful early gank. Gonna need to see him make plays. Not to beat a dead horse here, to say this for the 17th time on stream, but the team's win con is Blitzkrieg making plays early. We've seen that consistently in the games they've picked up, and they've picked up games against some of the top teams. I mean, heck, they took one off of us, arguably the best team in the league, at least the best bot lane in TCL. That would be BMS. Shout out Speedy Bandito. So Blitzkrieg gonna need to be very active early, but I mean, Zach is bread and butter for Swordmaster. He knows what he wants to do. He knows what game he wants to play. Gonna have to see how we disrupt that.
Mr. Monkey, do you got anything else you'd like to say to the stream before we are closing out the spectator delay here?
I would love Swordmaster's camp bot lane. I think bot lane is super free because you have a Nautilus who can hook anyone.
As a support player, don't you always want the jungler to camp bot lane though?
It depends.
I mean, I agree with him. I think the Jhin
It's so
Nautilus is an
free.
aggressive lane. Like, yeah, you're gonna get kills on the Renata. Toasty's been performing. I mean, you may as well.
Yep, he's on his Shin
May
as
as
well.
well.
His pocket pick.
Yeah. So as we get into the game here, I want to thank Monkey real fast for joining us on the caster's desk, helping us kill some time here. Once again, shout out Joa, Monkey, Bully, everybody who is helping us make this production a great thing. You guys make TCL what it is, but I'm going to kick you out as we get into the game here.
Okay.
Okay.
So that I'm seeing right off the bat here that's kind of
Yeah.
interesting is the ghost and the heal from Darius and Vel'Koz respectively versus the double TPs. So
I mean, they're playing for lane, right? They're playing for early. They want to get that lead and try their best to keep it and let them scale into this game.
yeah, absolutely. But you know, we even saw a some people have made some complaints or maybe are happy with the TP changes about, you know, less focus on TPing at like 10 minutes, 10-man bot lane, which, you know, could be argued one way or another, but after that, some people are say like, you know, TP is just not as worth it. But we saw, oh no, Toki, this is bad. He did this last game. He went into this bush to ward. Oh no, Toki. Oh no. Yeah, he's just dead. Yeah.
Ooh, and it goes to Jhin. That's rough.
Yeah, that'll be first blood for Jhin. That's real rough. I don't know. So I'm curious if they had any idea that Toki had been doing that, because last game when they 5-manned in the bush on near the blue buff, and Toki did that same thing. He went into that tri bush and he put a ward down. And I don't know if they had any idea whether he did that or not. If they did, that's very heads up on them to go straight to there and just anticipate that same thing. Good job on What's a Win Con to get that ward down, seeing everyone on the top side. They've got some vision. But yeah, that'll be rough for the bot lane with Jhin having such an early start.
Yep, it's been a rough start from the Darius here. He should still have the lane dominance. The kill did go over to Jhin, which just kind of encourages Monkey's point, right? Like, get those ganks in the bot lane, keep them snowballing. Jhin is going to start with an extra, 15 AD, I think, from the longsword, which is going to make that poke hurt even more. Let's see some 2v2 action down there. You have the aggressive lane.
Did you say longsword's 15 AD? That's so much. It's 10, dude. Ooh,
My
early,
bad.
very early, level 1 onto Renata there. Ignite coming out. Whoa, Toasty
Nah, he's not going to die, but
he's not going to die, and the heal was still up, but that was a little more damage than I was expecting coming out from Toasty there. Both supports ending up very low. Oh no, Toasty, that's not the damage.
What was that ignite?
I don't know. I think he might have panicked there. I mean, that's vast majority. Oh, that's level 2
Droid
as well.
Hook
Droid was
City
an
out
excellent
here.
hook. Dev forced to flash away. That's an immediate. I mean, very well played there from the bot lane of BCC, knowing they have that advantage of the double longsword, knowing they can just go right onto Dev tactics. That's all 4 sums down. Toasty still has heal. Droid still has flash. Like, if Blitz doesn't get down there soon, this is going to be a kill from Droid with the flash onto either of those 2 members. Also,
Sorry,
just on a quick note, I was going to say about the top lane, despite Toki, yes, giving over an early kill, like you said, it went to Jin, it did not go to Malphite, and Toki did not burn either of his sums. So in terms of the lane, ooh, almost running into sword there, not quite. In terms of the lane, I mean, Toki's still 100% free lane, easy win, got it both his sums. Oh, they see
Blitzkrieg
sword.
here for the counter,
following
but he's
up.
way behind. Yeah.
Toki not used either of his sums yet, trying to survive, uses the ghost finally, flashes over to Blitz to try and survive. Autopsy flashing as well. Blitz coming in as well, will kill Autopsy. Sword needs to get out of there. He cannot take
Blitzkrieg wins this.
Yeah, for sure.
But
in the
I
end, it'll
guess he's just gonna peel off. Yep.
Yeah, just be a 1-for-1 with sums burned from the top lane.
Yeah, Autopsy
like
has a TP advantage, but the wave's in a good spot for Toki here.
Yeah, for sure. Ooh, Droid looking very aggressive here. Flash onto Dev. Good flash there. Good
Dev's
follow-up
dead.
from Toasty. Should possibly
I
be
lied?
death. Toasty
I lied?
healing to get in range. That'll be dead Dev. He will die. He's only survived for a moment there due to the Renata. Fun champion. Does not get a takedown of any kind. That'll be a kill for Toasty.
And that is a heck of a start from BCC, looking a lot like it did last time. They're going to need to get their lanes going. Or What's a Win Con is going to need to get their lanes going a little bit better, try to fix the game state if they want to stay in this one. But Sword on the gank mid.
Sword with a very good Q there. They won't be burning anything out of Verd. There is Corki only does so much to follow up ganks at this point in the game, but that'll of course be nice pressure. Ooh, they spot Blitzkrieg out on the ward as well, which is a good find to see where he's at. Tactics showing up as well, giving Verd some support on that pink. Sword kind of hanging around. I don't know if he's looking to gank or just kind of protect him from members of What's a Win Con, but nothing will end up coming from that.
Yep, another great like level 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 from Sword. Getting those ganks up, pressuring a lot. Pokemon crashing a huge wave here as well as getting a massive trade onto Autopsy, pushing that one and going to make it hard for Malphite to farm it up. Pushing his lane advantage, but he's going to need to absolutely smack Autopsy shit to get the sort of strength that he's going to need to fight this BCC comp later. Man, they're bullying my boy Dev down here.
Yeah, Dev has no flash and they know it. They're already back on top of him. He's got the W down to try and get himself out. He's... Oh, the hook on the backside of the tactics. Dev is dead for sure. He's going to be running into that tower. Will die to the tower shot.
Hey, I appreciate the get it away from your support so he doesn't have to die too.
Yeah, right. Blitz there to... Excuse me. To try and help the Renata get out of there. Toki in the meantime in the top lane should really throwing his weight around. Seeing I was gonna say about this matchup, if he ever sees like they saw Blitz in the bot side, he can just shove into tower and honestly harass Autopsy at turret if he wanted to. Now of course he could also just pull it off tower and freeze, but what is the fun in that?
Yeah, I mean minions, sure they're worth gold, but you know what else is worth gold? Kills.
Yeah.
You get it. We got a real early drag take here, right at 7 minutes, or right at 6.5 from the side of BCC. This is looking very similar to the early game we saw last time.
Yeah, very solid early game coming out of BCC here. I mean, Toasty is 3-0 already. Absolutely massive on this Jin. Also with the 15 farm lead up, with also the advantage of having a Nautilus to potentially engage for him. Sword here looking again.
Boys, don't walk up. Don't walk up.
Yeah, Dev still doesn't have flash. That's an excellent E and an excellent Q, landing both. Dev's going to be dead again. Honestly, this is excellent play here. Oh, he's just... It looks like he was maybe just waiting that out for a second.
Oh,
actually...
Almost got the shutdown. Tactics gets the return kill.
Also, I think... Droid...
Was there?
I'm not sure what happened there, because... So, Renata's... Renata's revive thing, in my opinion, is a little bit annoying in the way of if someone is on that gray health counting down, any kind of auto will just immediately steal that kill. Oh, Toki actually using the ghost here, looking for the aggressive trade. He's going to be a little bit careful as he's taking a lot of damage from the minions, but he will get the kill there on.
Yeah, I think he's okay.
Yeah, he's totally fine. He gets the solo onto Autopsy. That's the matter. That's the matchup. It's awful for Malphite.
Malphite did
So-
everything right and still didn't quite have enough to knock it out of the park. I mean,
Mostly-
honestly, if he bought any combat stats instead of that tier, he probably could. If he had a crystal there, he wins that.
Yeah, I mean, if Toki had bought
But
it,
there's a lot of ifs, right? We won't worry about
Longsword
the
instead,
micro.
he maybe could have. Yeah, he maybe could have just ulted out. Who cares? I think I said Toast instead of Toki. Oh well. But
Yeah, I mean, Bird doing a good job farming up in the mid lane. He is still deathless. Love to see that. The Dark Seal purchase early for the Volibear, trying to pay a lot of attention to his bot lane that he knows has been getting bullied. But I have to wonder if this isn't one of those scenarios where you got to just,
yeah,
but
this
he's here
is-
for the
this is
counter.
not good for. Well, actually, maybe it's fine. He just flashes away. I noticed Tactics. I don't know if maybe there was a little miscommunication there or something. Tactics got the pull onto Droid and threw him away rather than
Yeah.
pulling him towards the Bullabear there. So
Yeah, rough
he is
play
able
from
to just
Tactics
flash
here
away.
early so far.
That is something back for them. I mean, burning that Nautilus flash makes them feel a little more comfortable. But Droid is 6 now. He did use the ult there, but anytime that's up, you got to be afraid of this Jhin just one-shotting you. And Sword once again back in the bot lane, looking for Tactics this time. Tactics is worth more gold anyways. No, give it... Okay. For a second, I thought Sword took any kind of damage onto him will steal the kill. So for a second, I thought Sword W'd him or something, but... Ooh, actually...
Bird almost with the solo kill.
Yeah, Bird's
Forcing-
looking for solo kill in the mid lane.
Forcing the Corki out. But I mean, the Corki's just going to keep scaling into this game. He's right there with Farm. They're both just going to get their reset. Nothing's going to come of that ult. Tokimon does have the wave in a favorable position right now. His ult, can't tell. Looks like it's back up. Perhaps going to try to make a play when his ghost comes off cooldown here in 30 seconds.
Yeah, Autopsy's got to be careful here. He cannot be this far up in the lane. I mean, he does not have the damage to one-shot Darius quickly enough for Darius to not be able to heal off of him.
Absolutely.
Kind of just need to cede this position in the lane. I mean, with the you crashed into the tower, it's going to push back to you. He could just.
Oh, wow. Lost Chapter and
That's a
Tier to a full Gale Force. That is a rough spot to be in the bot lane.
Yeah, the full Gear Force is pretty terrifying. Plus, he's also up like 30 farm. I mean, yeah, this is rough. One thing that has come from this a little bit, sort of spent a lot of time in the bot lane. So on the flip side, Blitz has managed to get a decent-sized CS lead and also a decent-sized CS lead in the top lane there for Toki. So once again, I mean, the top side of what's a win con is pretty comfortable here.
Yep. Oh, there's the ult out from Autopsy, something that we can expect to see a lot of. Sword and Volibear both playing on the top side here. A lot of pings around the Herald. Sword, you can't contest this. Yeah, Darius is just going to come down and just wipe you.
It looks like those pings were mostly blues. I think they knew Sword was there. So I would love to see Blitz take this. Looks like Sword wants to try to steal.
A little close there, Sword.
Gotta be careful. Oh, he flashes out as well. But it's Bird taking a lot of damage from Sandy there. Oh, I don't think Blitz
Toki
will
going
drop that Herald
real.
there.
No, I think we saw that happen on Tuesday as well. I mean, I did that myself in a game yesterday. It's rough. I mean, you try to pin your sweeper, you try to get your ward, and you just accidentally pop the Herald. They will get some charges off here mid. Plates are still up at this point, so it's not wasted by any means.
Yeah, right. Fight actually going on. Wow, Blitzcrank just getting absolutely shredded there.
Krieg.
So, yeah, I know. I said it. I've done it. I've done it all season. It's just so much easier to say Blitzcrank. Blitzcrank getting absolutely shredded there. Well played to Sword and Sandy to see that. Autopsy struggling in this top lane as he's just getting bullied around. It's so rough to watch.
His job is to not die and try to get CS where he can, right? That's all he has to do to be successful, because as this game goes on and the lane phase ends, that is also 2 drags for the side of BCC, sub 12 minutes. That's amazing from their side.
Sandy with the solo in the mid lane there. Oh,
Package
Sandy will also go down.
Perhaps?
Yeah, we just had a dive. I don't know if that was package or not, but big,
I don't know when package spawns. But yeah, as I was saying, the Malphite's job is just to try to get some levels, you know, and then eventually
Yeah, for
alt Verd and Dev. That's all he has to do.
Yeah, with
Make
his
it
strong-
impossible for Devin to play the game or Devious to play the game.
Wait, when did Toasty die?
He died to the Renata on like the third kill they got on Dev. Remember, Dev almost got the
yes,
revive.
okay, yeah, okay. I forgot. Anyways, I say with as strong as Toasty is, you're absolutely right. Like, Autopsy just needs to survive in the top lane, and then later on, if the Darius is big, he can just ult the Darius, and then Toasty will one-shot him. So, also, I believe I'm seeing Toki go for the Triforce here, which I am personally not a fan of, but
Tell me why.
because Sunder is good item for tanks, and there's 3 tanks, and heals are good.
When is Triforce good?
I think
Package play onto bot lane.
Package coming through onto Dev, he will probably get this revive, but oh wait, Dev is still alive. Dev is still alive.
Brave kill
Dev
onto
is blinded.
Droid.
And then Droid goes down in the other side. Oh, that'll be a Renato ult coming. Renato ult not doing too much this early in the game. Wow, that's good.
That's
for
a
what's
positive
WinCon.
play for what's a WinCon. Yeah.
Yeah, that
they
was
got
almost...
the Corki package out. Blitzkrieg got a kill off the back end of that, and they didn't die.
Yeah, that's about all you can ask for there. I was looking very grim for a second there, but Dev barely managing to survive and getting a return kill is very good for what's a WinCon. And yeah, to answer the question earlier, Tran was saying it in the chat, Triforce is better just to deal with the squishier teams. Just a matter of the...
yeah.
It's a combination of doing more... Oh, wait, solo kill. I didn't even
Where?
notice.
Oh,
Look at the dead Malphite on the ground right there.
Sorry, I don't know what's happening
Droid,
right
you
now.
cannot do this. You cannot do this, Droid.
Kill
There's
him.
No way.
Kill him. Can he?
No, there's no way. You can't
I think
do that,
Droid's dead.
Yeah, there's...
Oh, that's
I
cool.
mean, yeah,
Droid's
he
dead
has
now.
Ignite, but no, you can't do that.
I mean, Pokemon using every last bit of his mana gets the... I mean, I guess the 1v1 and then the part 2 1v1 there. Has those 2 kills, sitting 3, 2, and 1 up there. Doing really well, but gonna need to help his team out around the map and doesn't have the teleport to really do that. So gonna have to play real smart.
I was mistaken. He did go the Triforce, which I am less...
You mean the Stridebreaker?
Stridebreaker, yes, not the Triforce. Which
so when's Stridebreaker good?
Less
Because you said
bothered.
Sunderer.
I think it's fine here. I mean, Stridebreaker isn't an amazing mythic in my opinion. It's fine. I think it'll just be good to help keep the front line where Darius wants them. I mean, I think what's it called? Sunder is just always going to be better, but I mean, if he thinks he's going to have an issue getting...
So rank Triforce, Sunderer, and Stridebreaker in this game in order.
Oh.
Blitzkrieg's in an interesting spot here.
Yeah, Blitzkrieg getting that scuttle, but will be fighting Toasty and...
Gale forces away,
Ooh,
just
Toasty,
kites him out.
Okay, Toasty, okay. See him with the moves. Ranking them, I mean, Sunder best, then I'd say Gore Drinker, then I'd say Triforce, then I'd say Stridebreaker.
So you think Stridebreaker's the worst option?
Oh yeah, absolutely it is. I'm trying to be a little nice here. I don't like the Stridebreaker.
It's so funny. I just love this contrast. The only time you're not flaming is when you're on cast. He's such a professional, folks. Round of applause for Blood in the chat. Dev respecting the hell out of the fact that he's alone right now, playing so far back.
He needs to.
I'm not saying it's wrong. Getting farm where he can.
Yeah, for another fight there on Sandy. I will say we've seen a lot more fighting, like way more fighting than I'm used to seeing out of these two players. Ooh, Renato ult coming through.
I think it was just
onto Droid, but it didn't do anything whatsoever. Droid trying to get out. He will
good
be caught by the
handshake.
Renata. Yeah, that'll be the end of Droid. The rest of the team gets out. Renato ult kind of funny there because it literally did absolutely nothing. Droid was going to be running that way anyways.
It gives you an attack speed, like it gives the attack speed buff. I think it also does it give a move speed increase, or is it just attack
gives 100? It gives 100% attack speed. But Droid didn't attack anything. It did
Yeah.
literally nothing there.
I mean, that's
It's
something
just
that I
funny.
think goes underappreciated there is when you hit Renata ult onto a lot of people, it's a ton of CC as well, right?
Yeah,
you get it
I
onto
just
4
think
people
it's... Oh, another fight here. Blitzkrieg coming into the back trying to kill Toasty. Dev already going down. that should just be a 1 free kill over to the side of.
Yeah, I mean, the Darius came down to try to slow the bot play, and is here for this dragon, so that's great. Can Swordmaster attempt the steal? Perhaps they're just going to give this one up.
I think they gotta give it
I mean,
up. I mean, if Sword goes in, here,
left
he
a lot of
does.
pressure in the top lane, but absolutely necessary play having the Darius down here without the TP early to make sure that they're not put on soul point at 12 minutes into the game.
Yeah, and like you said, a lot of stuff or a lot of pressure on the top side here. Malphite getting a lot of free time up there. I mean, there's still going to be a big CS lead for the Darius, but Malphite got that first turret back. He should probably be able to get pretty darn close to completing that first item. It's going to be a lot more comfortable for him to finally get out of his lane phase against the Darius.
Absolutely. Now he has that. He can just go up there, push the wave, and then roam around, and the threat of that ult is going to be terrifying for all the squishy members on the back line here for the side of What's a Win Con.
Yeah, for sure. Dev getting
Give him a break.
Toki is here, but honestly, I think they're both in trouble. Toki is not strong enough to 3v1 here. As soon as Toasty gets here, he will just be able to kill him. I don't think Sword will go down to the turret.
No, he's not all the way in. He's fine.
Oh, wait, I forgot. It probably was... Yeah. Anyways, yeah, he's fine. He's fine. I wanted to say a minute ago, though, before all this fighting happened in the bot lane, that I've seen way more fighting this game out of Verd and Sandy than I've ever seen from them before. Like, we're constantly seeing ults from Verd coming out, like Sandy dove Verd earlier. I love it. See it from them.
I love it. Yeah. Great stuff. Aggressive play from both teams right now, but yeah, this is a different sword match than we've seen in past games. A bit of that synergy that we predicted for these teams finally coming through. And if you have to peak at some point in the season, the only game that matters with the format of this league is the next one, right? As long as you're still playing games, you're doing fine. Everybody makes playoffs. This game merely going to say, do you want to face Wojtek or Vrail in your first round of the finals? But there's a chance for any of these teams to make a run and win it all, if they're on form.
Sort of engaging onto, kind of solo engaging onto Verd there in the mid lane. The Devil coming through as well. Oh, that's a big Renata ult hitting 3 members. Still not doing too much just yet. Hook comes through onto the Renata. Toasty will get the shutdown onto Darius as Darius manages to kill Zac. Oh, but Sandy coming in through and killing Verd as well. Blitzkrieg going in, also managing to finish off Droid. This is a chaotic fight. That's an excellent ult coming in for an Autopsy, hitting both members. That'll be a triple kill over for Toasty and a kill over for Autopsy.
Dirty Ace goes to the side of BCC. Gonna knock down this mid turret. The gold lead has to have ballooned a bit at this point. And yep, they are sitting in the driver's seat for this game with the scaling comp and an absolutely enormous household appliance in the bot lane.
Yeah, for sure. Toasty's having the game of his life over here. 8-1-4, only going to be getting bigger. Like, the only concern he has is, well, I suppose there's probably 2 concerns. One, Darius managing to somehow slip through his massive front line, which is basically never going to happen, or the Renata ult hitting him and Sandy, and they both just kill each other.
Yep. So, I mean, we have a 6k gold lead, +1 Drake for the side of BCC. They're playing really well. Again, Sword all over the map in 11 of his team's 16 kills. But I mean, kill participation wise, that's Toasty. He's in 12, doing a great job. Really, just carry performance from him in this third game. Swordmaster potentially looking for the flank. That is an objective bounty. Got some gold back in their pockets on the backside here. Picking up that mid lane turret, as we've talked about, so important in terms of opening up the map, being able to get those forward rotations, lay down vision, one less place for the team to run, although BCC has not been on the ropes much.
Yeah, for sure. They're once again having a pretty solid performance in the third game here. I'm sorry. Can you see the? Oh, I can just look at stream. My
What's
my
that?
Discord stream is a little like blurry, but
Yeah, mine is as well.
but
the
I can
quality.
I can look at the Twitch stream. The Twitch stream looks good. I was gonna say 5k gold lead for BCC here.
Yep, doing good things. Blitz sitting at 4-3, very Blitzkrieg scoreline, getting kills and dying all over the place. Darius does have 2 completed items. He's kind of, if they're going to win a fight, it's going to be on the back of Tokimon. Trying to make a play here in the river with no objectives to take.
Yeah, that'll be. Oh, every time that champion, I'm about to say that's a dead Toki, but not quite, because he's still alive for now. But he will go down in the end, not able to get a kill for that reset. Dev forced to flash away as Sword will find him, almost find him with that elastic slingshot. And that'll just be another free kill for BCC.
Yeah, I was just talking about how the Darius is what they're going to have to play around, but they went for a pick 3v4 there and did not get it. That should be a pretty easy soul point over, or dragon over to... Oh, Dev. That ult might have been a little bit early, bud. The dragon just spawned like 2 seconds ago.
Hey man, it's just about sending a message. He says, you want to start this drag, you're going to take some damage.
Or I'm going to leash it for you. That is also potentially
yeah.
a message.
Yeah. But yeah, that'll be soul point now for BCC, up about, I think, still about 5K.
It looks 5 or 6. Yep.
So-
Sitting on soul point at 23 minutes. I mean, this is the longest we've seen a game go without taking the Baron, so I'd expect them to start it up here real soon. I think Droid swept out the pit there, and did he miss a ward in the backside? Is there a blue side ward right there? Yeah, it looks like he did miss a ward back there.
I think his sweeper ran out before he managed to get to the back of the pit there. I think he was sweeping.
Or Droid bad, one of the two.
Well, Droid bad regardless, but I think his sweeper ran out.
Yeah, so Toaster right now sitting on 2 completed items. So is the Corki, as is the Malphite. On the other side, we see 2 items out of the top pair, the top jungle duo. But other than that, the side of what's a win con really starving for gold at the moment.
Yeah, for sure. They're also, it's like kind of scenario where you're scared to go out in the side lanes, except maybe for Toki, and now they're just like splitting jungle camps, and everyone's just getting slowly starved out of resources because they have to share.
I'd love to see them try to walk together and like get some vision into this Baron area, because I think last game we saw the Baron take it 23 minutes without any sort of knowledge from what's a win con of it.
They still have that
Good point. Yep, that one I pointed out very smartly a couple minutes ago.
So they're honestly fine to just kind of hang out here, although Verd, you gotta be careful here, man. You're getting collapsed on. Verd has definitely got to be dead here. That's a good flash and a good follow-up from Swordmaster.
Is it a good flash? I don't know if that flash was necessary.
Perhaps not, but I mean, maybe he's just trying to delay the... Oh.
He used flash and autopsy gets the kill on Blitzkrieg. I have no idea where that happened.
Yeah, where did Blitzkrieg go down? I didn't.
Where is autopsy at right now? Must have been higher up than Verd there. He must have been like closer to that turret. I didn't even know.
Look at the tier 2 red mid tower.
Yeah, screw the Baron. Pan over to tier 2 mid. Do we see a dead body there? Or
Is that a dead Volibear? I don't know what that is. Anyway, go back to Baron. Sorry, don't go back to Baron. That's a package coming through. The Renato ult coming through as well. Not going to be hitting many members. The ult from Darius will not be finishing him off. This is just going to be dead members all across the board from what's a WinCon, and that will be Baron going over to BCC. Maybe a little early to call it, but I gotta say, I think this has got to be the game for BCC. I'm not really seeing a way back into this for what's a WinCon.
You remember last time how I was bragging about all of my channel points that I was earning?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have many left.
Hey,
but this game isn't over.
Right.
Bird could get a 5-man ult and pentakill with the Vel'Koz. It's possible.
We also always have the Elder Soul WinCon.
That's true. You know what? The only reason you give up those early Drakes is because Elder Soul is a more valuable buff than any of the Elemental.
True.
So, as we get into this, you say you don't see a way in. There's no easy way, sure. Getting picked is a good way to not win.
Yeah, we're taking a good chunk of damage, forced to burn his flash to get out of there. They just have full control of this game. Toki's not even with them right now, dealing with that top wave without a TP. Although, I'm not sure. Do we have drag timers up this game? I'm not sure when this drag is going to be back up. We do. It'll be 1:20, so kind of hanging out, waiting for that to happen. Blitz sent,
they're utilizing their Baron very well. Blitzkrieg perhaps ulting the wrong direction that time. Sword still has passive.
Wow, Tactics taking a huge chunk of damage from the Quirky there. That'll be Dev going down as well. Autopsy ulting on top of Verd there. Sword will be the only member to not even go down, just have the passive popped. And now Toki is
pushing with Baron right now. Can they push for the end?
Yeah, I mean, Toki's not even facing right now. I'm not sure if he's just like desperation play, trying to get whatever tower he can, but I really think they can just stick around and show
they have a double cannon wave right now. This could be the series.
They also have Jin
Full
and
health bars and 5 people there. Yeah.
yeah.
I think that's just going to be it, everybody.
Yeah, Toki just staying up in the top lane. That'll be this will be the end of the series, folks. We have our winners. BCC will be the 5th seed team going into playoffs. They will be playing against Monty Pantheon and the Holy Vrail. And once a WinCon, we'll be playing against Pickles on Pizza. We have our playoffs.
So apologies, that was a quicker in than I was expecting there. Great job from BCC. Really dominated that game all the way through. Found a team comp they liked and just played it. Who, in your opinion, is going to be our MVP?
Well, I have to think about that one a little bit. My initial thought is Sword. I mean, I think he had some excellent Zac gameplay there. Secondary thought would probably be Toasty. I mean, I think he had an excellent series, but I mean, Droid as well in the bot lane had a good series. I don't know, man.
I mean, we did have Sandy leading the damage charts both times by a sizable margin. I think it's one of those scenarios where when you win that convincingly, it's because everybody on your team played really, really well. I personally am leaning towards Toasty. Well, actually, I'm on the Sword train at the moment. I think him on that Zac was really the difference between game 1 and game 2. And plus, if we pull Sword in as the MVP, I get to talk about Rammus more.
Yeah, I'm feeling the Sword here. Yeah, the Rammus game not the most impressive, but looking at those second 2 games, I'm seeing some very, very big KDs coming in from Sword, with also like we saw many repeat ganks going to great success. So I'm gonna say Sword.
Okay, awesome. Joa, do you have power to drag Sword down here? Okay, Swordmaster, if you could join LOL1 so we can pull you in for a quick interview, that would be great. I don't think Master Abarn hasn't quite given. Oh, there we go. Thank you, whoever did that. Swordmasters, sir, how does it feel to be the champions of the Toilet Bowl, one of the most coveted positions in TCL history?
It felt pretty good. Not gonna lie.
Nice.
I am the shiniest turd, which is what I've always achieved to be.
So talk to me. You know this is coming. Talk to me about that Rammus pick.
So the Rammus pick was against potentially the Viego or an AD jungler that they were playing into. Plus, it just had a hard engage. It didn't quite work out the way we wanted it to. I was able to counter gank a lot, but he still was able to get a sizable margin over me.
Okay. And then the Zac game 2, game 3, your team comps shaped up to be a lot more what I expected from the squad you're a part of. Tell me about comms, compositions, and how you guys were feeling going into that second game.
Sandy basically just told us to shut up and listen after game 1 loss and said that basically play our game, do what we wanted to do. He gave us some insider information that I'll keep private for now, but it's basically Sandy stepping up and just telling us to better focus, team fight better, some good motivation.
I would like you to know that you all cost me about 10,000 channel points. So congrats on that as well. Gotta love the predictions. They really just add another level to the TCL entertainment.
I'm surprised we have people voting for us.
Dude, everyone wanted you to win, man.
Yeah, you guys were definitely the favorites there in round 3.
Yeah, your game 3, I want to say you had, let's see here. You had 64% of the channel points put towards you guys, as opposed to the 36% that What's a WinCon had. So
awesome.
Yeah.
Granted, that's six people compared to 9, so technically more people wanted What's a WinCon to win, but they bet more on you guys. So I don't know. I don't know if that's a good thing or not.
Okay, so Sword, anything else you want to tell us? Your team got their dub, not going to go fully defeated. Going into tournament next round, going to be facing off against Vrail squad, Vrail. How do you all feel about that game?
I think we're excited for it because it was one of our earlier matches. So not to say that we hugely improved, but we definitely have improved since then.
Absolutely.
So it's a closer match rather than the 6th place versus 3rd place. So theoretically, we might be able to stand a chance and pick a game or 2 off and maybe even win it.
There you go.
That's the attitude you need.
Before we have you go, I got a couple questions.
Oh,
First
please.
off, serious question, which would be about the Zac pick. I mean, in my personal opinion, Zac has been one of your stronger TCL champs for a while, and I don't think we've really seen you playing it a whole lot this season. Was there a reason to that necessarily? Were you
So
saving it? I don't know.
in season 2, it felt very strongly like I was basically a Zach one trick. So this season, I wanted to be more of a pop-off carry, which I don't think I've been doing well enough. So we kind of put myself on a more reliable tank engage, because we just knew that I needed to be matching blitz and ganking pressure if needs be. So I just kind of fell back into the, if they're going to throw 3 engage bans at me, I may as well pick Old Faithful.
Fair enough. And
I
then
mean, to be fair, you guys threw 4 bans at Blitz, so
We did.
yeah, there's like 8 jungle bans at both games.
Can I say a stat real quick?
Sure, yeah.
Please.
I'm very proud of this. Blood, I've been messaging Blood.
Oh yeah, that's that.
I
Yeah.
am 12 for 12 on Fiddlesticks bans.
Keep
I'm
banning it,
never
guys.
gonna play it in TCL though.
See, here's the thing, Sword, though. Earlier on this
Blood's
stream,
calling
on
you
this,
a dirty liar. He's
on
calling
this
you a dirty
very
liar. It's a
stream.
bait.
on this very stream, I said you can't be trusted when you talk about your TCL picks. Because you always say you aren't going to pick stuff, and then people don't ban it, and then you pick it. So
I might hover it.
might hover it. All right, so I got a slightly less serious question and then a very unserious question. Slightly less serious would be, are you ready for your 10-hour series against MPH this weekend? Because I
Let's see.
believe
It was
that was the 3 50-minute games, right? Was your 2 teams?
correct. Which is why I'm excited, because everyone wants to watch the new and improved Lord of the Rings Extended Editions trilogy.
Okay.
Yeah, that's definitely
so
what I was planning to do.
we're gonna aim to match that
Okay,
length.
yeah. Right. That sounds good. All right, and then my least serious question would be, if I recall correctly, at the beginning of the season in the
Oh, yep,
draft,
you do remember.
so Mr. Jake said he wanted to be 4th place. What place did you say you wanted to be?
I said 4th place was too hard, so I wanted a 5th place.
And look what happened.
And
boys.
look what
Sword
happened.
Calling it early on in the season. He placed his team exactly where they're going to be.
Well, that's just awesome. Thank you so much, everybody. So, anything else you want to say to the mass of adoring fans out there before we boot you out of here and wrap it up?
Yeah, on a less serious note, something monkey wants a shout out. So I've done my obligations.
There you go.
Nah, Monkey
Okay.
he doesn't need a shout out. He got to join the cast.
Okay, everybody. Quick shout out of my own. We need one more for custom ARAMs, TCL Classic. Somebody get in here and round out this lobby. But on a more relevant note, thank you all so much for joining us tonight for the last regular season game. Tournament spots have been locked in. That play starts soon. I don't know exactly when.
Well,
but
hold on a second. Let me pull up our schedule here just so we can announce that and perhaps give a also final shout out to Mr. Rookstout. Thank you very much for stepping up to production. This was his first time on the TCL production, so well done to him. Kept up with the fights, kept up with the production necessities of updating things. Anyway, so our first matchup will be this Saturday, 2 days from now. That's coming up quick. Quarterfinals, MPH versus BCC, 4th place versus 4th place versus 5th place on the 19th. I'm not sure if I know exactly what the time is going to be, but that'll be the day.
Yep. So everybody tune in, join us then. Everybody, you have the teams that made playoffs. Real disappointment for all those that didn't quite make the cut. But tournament play is here. March Madness started today. Happy St. Patrick's. Thank you all so much for tuning in with us today.